Squatch. It's in our name. It's in the name. We are the game. CM Squatch. Welcome. This is a sports podcast where me and my hetero life partner typically go over some foosball stuff and some fighting.
It could get messy in here.
Oh, hey, wait a second.
I already feel dirty.
Hey, everybody. I am joined with the one, the only, the Mr. Mike Cox.
Trying not to run away.
Yeah, no. Door's locked. Don't worry about it.
There we go.
Story of my life.
And then, hey, everybody, look. It's another Joshua sighting.
Hey,
look at that.
Look, Tiger Woods, y'all. Hey, Squatch.
Yep.
What's up with your balls, man?
You're welcome.
You son of a bitch. I don't even think we talked about that last
No,
week, did we?
we did not.
You cocksucker.
Man.
You're welcome. Hey, it's just because I care.
I'm leaving this as a rhetorical question. And you can go fuck yourself.
Oh, well. I have no idea what I was talking about, but that's great. I win.
Kind of.
A little bit.
All right.
Just a little.
Sorry.
Just a little. You fucker.
Comment of the day. All right.
All right.
So step into this. Come on.
How you doing?
Huh?
We haven't seen you in like, I don't know, 7 months.
What do you? No. Hasn't been that long, has it?
He's been out
2
planting,
weeks, 7
been
months.
out planting seeds.
Yeah, planting seeds, man. Planting seeds.
So the better question is, how are your balls doing, bud?
Apparently, well.
yeah.
Apparently working.
Apparently, I got to go one out.
Apparently, I'm the only one that doesn't.
Hey, that was your choice.
Not like I wasn't trying to remedy the fact of my damn self.
All right.
I was told no.
Bang.
Bunch of bullshit.
So we're going to talk about the Super Bowl or what?
You want this here, or you want it over here?
Man,
If I move it over here, will you guys still be able to read it?
This is not how the program's supposed to be played
No,
out,
that's
is
exactly how it is. You didn't give me a chance to
Kinda,
fucking
yeah.
get set up, so fuck it.
Now he's going off the wall. He doesn't
Yep.
care. Well, in case you guys were living under a rock.
There was a big game last Sunday.
Yeah.
Actually, Greeny brought that up today because he was pissed off.
Yeah?
Was
yeah.
he?
Yeah, he got a little pissed off because we actually had awesome Super Bowl numbers.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
101 million views.
Right.
And he's like, there's no way in this world. There's no way in this world that's all the viewers that the Super Bowl had.
Yeah.
And then it started going into the numbers. Cincy, of course, was the number one market
Yeah.
with 46% viewership. He's like, there's no way in hell Cincinnati, who hasn't been to the Super Bowl in 31 years,
Right.
only had 46% of their households watching the Super Bowl.
And I agree. I agree with that.
He's probably right.
Yeah. He's probably, well, more than
Yeah.
likely right.
Yeah.
Everybody groups up.
Yes.
I mean,
Well,
so.
especially this year, more so than
Right.
any other year.
Right.
Because how long has it been since we had a Super Bowl start before 8 o'clock?
Right. And not involve Tom Brady.
No, that was an amazing thing.
I think the majority of it was the start time.
Right.
The early kickoff let people get together.
Right.
Because you didn't have to be at home as soon as the game was over, so you could go to bed, so you go to work.
Yeah. And that was the good part about it.
It was.
I mean, I think the employers probably played into that too.
And they should have.
I mean, honestly, if I was anybody, 9 times out of 10, every Super Bowl year is, hey, boss, I'm either going to be A, not here,
Yep.
or B, be late.
Right.
and I'll show up late, and you ain't gonna get dick out of me.
No,
Right.
I'm going to be so
And nobody
hungover
even
and-
questions it.
Oh, no.
Right. Hey.
But to have a kickoff at 5:30, which is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Because I
Really
already
good
had
time.
vacation approved for Monday.
Yeah.
But I woke up. I went
Hey.
to bed at 10:30. I'm fine. I'm going to work.
Yeah.
Right.
Screw it.
Hell yeah. I do not see a problem in that at all.
Yeah.
I'd be running that same game as much as possible, man. So, some pass interference calls that didn't quite go, offensive and defensive.
Yeah, I mean,
It was.
and that doesn't really bother me. I get it, but
Yeah.
they were missed and blown for both sides.
Right. Right.
It happens.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the reason why I'm like, nobody should really have too much of a
No.
bitch about, you know.
No.
The way it
was,
went down.
It was
And
both sides.
you can take it straight to the last play of the game.
Right.
If the Rams wouldn't have had Aaron Donald, Cincinnati won that game.
Absolutely.
Jamar Chase had just literally broke Jalen Ramsey's ankles. Jalen was laying on the ground,
Right.
Yep.
and Jamar was untouched. He was gone. Mm-hmm. That dude would still be running today.
Right.
Yeah.
But Aaron Donald,
Yep. That's
Just
what
like-
he does. What he does, man.
just like the San Francisco game that got him there.
Yep.
Receivers were open, but Aaron Donald was in Jimmy G's jockstrap.
Yep. Really hard to be able to throw a pass out whenever you got that kind of stuff going on. So,
Yeah.
That's what won that game. It was the last play, and it was Aaron Donald.
yep. And to me, he was an MVP. He was the MVP in my eyes. But I mean, everybody's got their own call to it.
Right.
But to me, he was the guy. He really was.
I'm okay with Coop, and I'm okay with Donald. Either
Right.
one.
Right.
I have zero complaints with either.
Right. Right. And I would-
Because after OBJ, I think we talked about it a
oh
little
yeah,
bit.
yeah. We
After
sure did.
OBJ went down,
Yeah. Oh.
Coop was also always double, triple covered.
Yeah.
And so they just weren't throwing the ball to him
Yeah.
until, well, it's fourth quarter.
You have to.
We've got to.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that. You score.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have been doing that shit the whole game.
Right. Right. But I mean, you take your chances in the NFL, and you hope that your guys who aren't getting doubled are going to catch the ball, come down with the ball, make a good route, all the rest of that.
And they were doing a lot of that. They were doing everything but catching the ball that was thrown right in the middle of their bread basket.
Right. Right. Hey.
Got a couple of those, even and like Jefferson. I'm like, he's normally pretty good,
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
and he was
Yeah.
out there flipping everything.
Yep.
What the hell are you doing, dude?
And not only that, giving up on routes, and I mean, certain things to where I was like, "What are you? Why?"
He was torn.
Yeah. Well. Tell you the truth, though, it was a great game.
I thought it was a pretty good game.
Yeah,
I
Oh,
didn't mind it.
absolutely.
Yeah, I truthfully, I enjoyed the whole game. Yeah, seeing T. Higgins over there.
Yeah, big day.
That's my guy.
Yeah, okay. Well, they've got a great receiving core.
Oh yeah,
with
yeah.
Boyd, Chase, and Higgins.
Right,
They're,
right.
They're pretty loaded.
Exactly. Yeah, so we get to see some of these names, like Hopkins.
Yeah.
Where'd he come from? I was like, what are you doing throwing this guy? He caught it, so it's all that matters.
No, it's because of Beckham.
Yeah.
Really, what that was.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised that Akers didn't do more than what he did.
This is ever since halftime at Kansas City. The Cincinnati defense has stuffed the run, which
Right.
they hadn't done all damn year.
Right.
But they just started stuffing the run.
Yeah, and they played well. I mean, really
Played really well. Really well.
Yeah, I mean, they could have won that game. They could have won it. But hats off to the Rams. It was a great game.
Yeah. I mean, they sold the future for a
Yep.
ring now, and
Yep.
they
Yep.
got their ring now.
Yeah, they did. They did exactly what they said they were going to do.
And
You look at Stafford's numbers. Yeah, well,
they
they're
weren't
not
spectacular.
No.
But he was big when it counted.
Correct.
He had his championship moment.
Yeah.
Correct.
He had to carry that team for a drive. And he did.
Yeah, and he can. And after he threw that second pick, I was like, uh-oh, you guys better watch out. Because, I mean, I know Stafford.
Yeah.
All right? I know Stafford a lot.
He's getting one back.
Yeah, he's going to get one back now.
Yeah.
He's just that kind of quarterback that once he gets those picks out of the way, you better watch yourself because he can be, top 5 quarterback whenever he's actually throwing it good. I think he got a little rattled later on in the game because there's a couple of passes that got away from him.
Yeah.
But
Well, and how about both quarterbacks? Stafford and Burrow both.
Yeah.
On
Yeah.
almost back-to-back drives.
right,
Oh yeah.
right,
Stafford, when he had his ankle turned every which way except for the way it was supposed to be, I was like, oh, that kid's going back in. Don't even sweat that.
oh yeah,
And then fucking Burrow
That's
got.
just what he does. And, of course, he's on the sideline taping up, and yeah.
yeah,
The Burrow, I was like, oh, shit.
right.
We called it then and there. Game's over.
Yeah, well,
Well,
that's what you would think.
yeah, that's what you would think. But hey, kid's got the heart of a champion.
Kid came back, man.
Yep.
Fuck you, I'm going back.
And that was a surgically repaired knee
Yeah.
Yeah.
to boot.
Yeah, they gotta get rid of all this turf. It's killing guys, man. This turf is killing people.
Yeah,
man.
it's fast, but
Yeah, and I really like that it's fast. But unfortunately, if it's gonna cost knees, it ain't worth it. Man.
well, and when you look at the price of players today, do you really want to lose Joe Burrow for his career
Yeah, exactly.
so Jamar Chase can be 0.2 seconds faster?
Yeah.
Correct.
Well, it's your $100 million. You do what you got to do, Scotty P.
Right. And I mean, in some of the controlled environments too, it's why not? Why not do it?
Right. But don't do it like the slurs do.
You mean don't?
No, they've got a grass surface, all natural surface. I guess they spend what, $50 a year on it?
Yeah, it's what it
Because
looks
that's
like.
the most. Apparently, that's the most dangerous piece of property in America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Insurance on that.
It's cost almost $1 billion by now
Yeah.
in careers.
Yeah, it's been a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Notice how Stafford kept clean? Yeah, 2 sacks.
Yep.
2 sacks on him.
Oh.
I mean, that's
It's not too bad.
no, that's good. That's really good in today's NFL, man. Only getting 2 sacks put on a quarterback. That means your line really held up.
And now,
Yeah.
Whitworth,
Yeah. Whitworth gone.
Gonzo. He's Gonzo.
I was gonna say, did you talk to Josh any more about what we discussed Sunday?
We did a little bit after. Stafford's got his ring.
Right.
He ain't got shit else to prove.
Yeah.
Whitworth, of course, is gone. Beckham Jr. coming off of multiple seasons in a row with injury.
Yeah.
Hey, he's got a ring now.
Yeah.
Does
Yeah.
he really have anything to prove?
I don't think he's got anything to prove. Do I think he'll come back? Yes. But do I think he'll come back to the Rams? I don't know.
That's what I'm thinking.
I don't know.
Aaron Donald.
He's got his ring. 6
he's
years in.
He's a walk-in first ballot,
Yeah.
unanimous Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
With his ring now.
Yeah. Yeah. To me, he's done.
Got
I
nothing
mean,
to prove.
to me, I think if I was Aaron Donald, the money's been good, but I got enough of it now.
Yeah.
I don't need anybody taking any more shots at my knees.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a smart kid.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's kind of the reason why I'm like, hey, you guys may end up losing him too.
And
What about Von Miller? Because
Yeah.
Von Miller only had a 1-year contract with the Rams
yeah,
this year.
Yep.
So,
And he's already got a ring.
yeah.
Yeah, this second, right?
And we know he's made plenty of money in the NFL.
Yeah.
Kid's been paid.
Yeah.
Big good. Big
I mean, if
good.
he wants to stick it out, he can do that. But
He doesn't have anything to prove. Everybody knows what he is.
right.
So the likelihood of some of these guys coming back versus the likelihood of some of them not coming
I think
back.
the further we get
How
into
much
it,
detangled, or not detangled, but
detached. Yeah.
detached, are we looking at a Rams for next year? I mean, do we honestly think that they're going to be going for another Super Bowl run
No, I do
right
not.
off the bat?
I don't.
If McVay's not there,
And that's what I was getting ready
yeah.
to bring up. Is
Yeah.
McVay had already, let it slip, and then he had to adjust his words during the last media day interview with ESPN. He's looking at focusing on family time.
Yeah.
And if he retires from coaching, he's going to make more money at the broadcast booth than
Uh-huh.
he's going to get paid as a
fuck
coach.
yeah. Yeah. Good looking young dude like that.
yeah, he's gonna take that Madden spot. I'm telling you right
It's
now.
right there.
Well,
Everybody
actually,
knows
yeah.
it's right there.
Yeah.
And isn't Collinsworth and Al Michaels?
Al Michael's gone.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
So you could really see McVay. I mean, shooting into that. Yeah, there's a couple of different.
There's tons of opportunities out there to make
Exactly.
way more money
Right.
that requires so much less time.
Exactly. And I mean, you could even see like Von Miller stepping into the booth.
He's
guys
a smart.
like
He's
that.
been on, he's filled in on TV
Yeah.
several times.
Right.
He's a smart cat.
Yeah.
Good looking dude.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
knows what the hell he's talking about.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell
Yeah, he
does.
could. He makes some bank
Yeah.
without getting hit.
Yeah, and the way it's going with the contracts and everything, and if if Amazon gets their
Oh, yeah.
their slice of the pie coming
yeah.
up,
You know they're going to.
you know,
absolutely.
You know they're going to.
yeah, it's just inevitable. You're going to need more guys
Yeah.
Yeah.
out there to announce and
Would
push
you
them.
rather make twice what you're making getting your ass beat every week,
Right.
or rather make twice of what you're making to kick back on the couch and look good?
Exactly. And some of our old guys that have been around for a while, Bradshaw and those others. That,
Everybody knows.
And they're
it's
getting
time
to the point,
exit
though.
the game.
Yeah.
Right.
Because, I mean, you can only go for so long before, hey, coach, you've already said the same 15 things.
And even if it's not that, I mean, to me, like Bradshaw, for instance, he's such a people guy. You know,
Yeah,
everybody
he is.
just loves him. You know, it just adores the guy. But after
We're leaving his generation, though.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, after a certain period of time, it's the
It's just
progress goes.
Yeah.
Look
you
at
know?
look at Andy Reid and Philly.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
They weren't losing, but they weren't winning that ring.
correct.
It's time for a change.
Right, and they shot that shot and
Yeah.
with Peterson, I do believe
Yeah,
too.
and a
Yeah.
ring.
Right.
Boom.
Peterson was second, wasn't he? Second coach.
No,
Hey,
he was.
when-
Yeah, it was
Was it-
Peterson after
yeah.
Reed.
Chip Kelly.
Oh, it was
Ben.
Chip, and Chip went on a great run. Smoked in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Fired after his second year.
Yeah.
In comes Peterson.
Yeah,
Hey, ring.
yeah. Why do I remember all this stuff? I guess that's the reason why I'm on the show still.
Because of all the time and effort we put in on the research side, and all the statisticians and historians on the back end that
Yeah.
feed us all of our information.
Oh yeah. Wait, we're just okay. We're
Yeah,
good.
no.
Yeah, we haven't really got the guys to do the research and put the papers in our hand or on our tablets or whatever.
Up there on the teleprompter for us.
Yeah. Well,
We don't have
That's
one of
good
those
enough.
either.
Fuck
Thanks, Squatch.
Fuck you. You know what this weekly budget is? It's $2.
hey, that's $2 more than a lot of people have.
See?
That's what's got to power the lights.
We'll start a charity.
So
GoFundMe.
So since we're ending the Super Bowl, all right, the Super Bowl's done. It's played out. It's played its portion. Some of us really didn't even care about watching the Super Bowl. All right, some did, but a lot of us with really good draft picks coming up,
Yeah.
we've been so focused,
Yeah,
narrow-minded
draft, yep.
into the draft. I mean, oh my, it can change some futures. And whenever I first went into this draft too, just take a look, I was like, everybody's so screwed. I think this draft is down. That was my first impression, was this draft is not going to be as good. And I start digging, and
yeah.
whenever you start, picking up the layers, you go, holy.
You got to dig past
shit.
what all the talking heads on TV
Yeah,
are saying.
yeah.
Yep.
I'm like,
When you start
Whoa.
when you start hitting up and reading and studying the non-TV scouts
yep,
and see where they're digging and looking,
yep.
there's a lot of shit there.
And then that's exactly what I'm talking about. Whenever you start watching the tape and you start
That's the
examining each
killer
one of the
is-
guys,
Nobody on TV telling you, "Oh no, this is going to be what's going to happen."
Right.
Has watched any damn tape.
right,
No.
right,
No, they're just reading bullet points from
Yep.
somebody, from one of those statisticians that
Yep.
they can.
Yeah.
They still
employ.
hasn't watched any tape. They just looked at some
No.
stats and broke it down.
That's
Yeah.
it. All they do is just look at the numbers. They don't
Yeah.
look at the gameplay. They don't look at the opponents and actually break anything down. It's just, yeah, he ran for, 700 yards.
Yep.
yep, yeah.
He's good enough.
And to me, I watch it. I'm watching the technique on some of these guys, and I'm just, my mind's friggin' blown.
What's his name? The who was a potential #1 overall pick, the Oregon kid.
Yeah, yeah. Thibodeau.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Now everybody's watching tape. They love his size, his strength.
Right.
They're like, his flexibility is extremely suspect, and there's some tape there that they're thinking he probably might not even go in the top 5 now.
Right. Right.
Like, well, yeah, look at the previous Oregon outside linebacker. There was a surefire top 5.
Yep.
How did he pan out in the NFL
Right.
with all those exact same characteristics?
But there's one thing: being the #1 I mean, guy in the country. I mean, you look at the pedigree that this guy's came from as far as high school. All right. I mean, he was one of the most highly touted guys
He was.
coming out. And I mean, holy shit. But now we're going to judge him based off of only a few years of his play to where he hasn't reached that potential to it. All right. So to me, I'm like, if you're going to judge a guy that's going into his, junior year or so.
And see, I think that when we're getting down to judging potential now, it's different than what it was 10 years ago, because 10 years ago, these kids weren't funneled through academies. Where they were funneled to the top program with the top nutrition, the top coaches, the top technique, everything. And this generation coming up has been. Like, by the time you reach your junior year in college, you're probably sitting pretty close to your ceiling. You might have a little more to go, depending on position. But if certain positions, you probably are what you are by now.
And I mean, in theory, I agree. But as long as a name keeps coming up and you know, different names that'll come up on me, and I'm like, Joe Burrow. Whenever he sucked. Burrow, he kind of sucked in college until the last year. And yeah, he turned it all around.
And I get why you say that, but that also wasn't really him turning it around as much as they kicked the offensive coordinator out of the damn building. And brought in the new Joe Brady and the new coordinator to fire it up and get it going, because they knew what they had in-house. And they were still set up for Leonard Fournette. And didn't have Leonard Fournette. They had Chase and Jefferson, Burrow. They had all these guns. And the offense wasn't set up to use them because of the system that the old coordinator had. So it was really something just super simple, like, we need a new way of thinking.
And I can definitely see that as well. Moving on to Hutch, which would be the next guy over, right? And he is, because I've watched a ton of tape on him.
It's still looking early on, like he's still projected at 1-2 period.
And he's getting most of the love. I mean, he had stats, so I mean, stats help. But he wasn't the only one that was out there rushing the quarterback. All right. So whenever I was watching his tape for him, it was a lot of, how can I say this? Quarterback coming to him.
Being pushed to him from the other side.
Correct. And a lot of those sacks, that was pretty
gift wrap.
Gift wrap. And a lot of it was like that. But I just really wanted to get into, since we care about, you know, other people's teams on this show.
Well, let's take a pause for the cause real quick.
Okay, and then we'll get into it.
I'm not against Hutchinson. I'm just saying I watched Taco and I watched Quiddy Pay. And we've still got those same 4 sacks out of each of them. And they're like spitting images of each other when it comes to Taco and Quiddy. I mean, like everything. Game tape, combine stats, everything. Everybody's like, oh, hold up on Quiddy. He got his 4 sacks. I'm like, yeah, so did Taco.
And I say, David, whatever the hell his name is, I'll have to look it up. The other defensive end for Michigan, not defensive end, one of them.
Linebacker.
Or what do they call them now? Edges?
Edge. The outside linebacker.
Outside linebacker too.
Derek Moore.
What?
Derek Moore.
What are you talking about? No.
Oh, you said defensive end. Sorry.
That's him.
No.
No?
David Ajagpo or whatever.
Oh. Is he coming out in this draft?
Yep.
Okay.
2-2-2.
He's going to be down. That's going to be Jock. That's recruiting for college.
For college?
Yeah, that's not for the draft, dude.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Let's go back to draft. Josh was looking at dudes and going around in like round 3 and ended up being a fucking steal. Walked away with 11 sacks is fucking rookie.
This is just fucking gonna bring up just the draft.
Everybody's weird ass picks that I got over here. Yeah, David Ojabo. Ojabo?
Yeah.
Ojabo. Defensive end, outside linebacker.
Oh, there's one. Fuck you.
Yeah, you were right where you had it. The first time before you started pressing buttons after.
Yeah, I'm deep in the draft. I've even identified some shit that's gonna fuck you guys up. Let's talk about that too.
Where was the mock you had pulled up? That had David Moore mocked to Cincinnati. That was the right screen.
You're paying attention.
Trying.
No, that's college recruiting.
Yeah, but Mike, every time you light up, makes me want to light up.
Perfect.
So this is
Still college.
Yeah.
Badass
And that's
college
why
player
alpha
was on top,
schools-
too. CJ Stroud. He's a bad mother boy.
No, I didn't have anything pulled up for the guys coming out of college this year. Because if what you were saying was what I first pulled up was for the college recruiting, then yeah, I had the wrong thing the whole time.
Go to NFL.
Draft right there.
There you go.
Click on that one.
McShay.
Yeah.
That one?
I don't think Kuiper's released his yet. Your ESPN Plus subscriber.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you can't look at it like I can. I'm not. I just pull up mine.
Don't want to stream.
Yeah, just click stream now. It's fine. Then just pause the video. It's still going to give you everything down below.
Right. And that's what you really want is everything else.
And just pause that.
Yeah, pause it. There you go.
Okay, now scroll down. And
There
there's
you
all
go.
the picks. You're on fire. This is about what everybody has right now for 1-2.
Yep. You see, and my thing is like Neil going first.
Oh, hold on. Sorry.
What are we doing? Oh, we're getting back in?
Yeah, we're back. We're back.
Okay. Okay, so we're talking about the draft, and we're talking about a number 1 pick for, who is this?
Jacksonville.
All right, not Jacksonville, but whose draft? McShay or
McShay's.
McShay's draft? It's got Evan O'Neal, top going over to Jacksonville. And Neal is a bad son of a pup. His hand, the pop that he gets,
Pop on it, yep.
he is just, he can just level any single player. He's massive strong. So, I mean, for Jacksonville to get that guy, as long as he's not protecting anyone, I don't think he's the best pass protection tackle in the game right now. But I'll tell you what.
And I think there's a lot of consensus on that.
Yeah.
But the consensus is also Jacksonville's O-line blows.
Yeah.
Any piece you put there is just going to be an upgrade.
Right. And that's fair to say. That's fair to say. I mean, yeah, from the problems that you've seen from whenever it was Minshew's offense and then over to Lawrence's offense, Minshew was getting sacked and hit left and right. And he's a really mobile guy.
And he's a smaller dude, too.
Exactly. But, I mean, it's really hard to throw any kind of pass with somebody laying in your lap. So it's just...
Well, look at poor James Robinson in the year he had.
Yeah, exactly.
And
exactly.
$50 million halfback because he was good, and he couldn't get 3 yards behind that offensive line.
Right. I was glad to see they started to use him at the end of the year after
Lawrence threw a fit.
Lawrence threw a fit and their coach is gone. That was horrible. And but it's all good. Aiden Hutchinson, I don't actually have the Lions taking a defensive end with that pick. Everybody else has been telling me that's exactly what they need. Yeah. And I don't know.
You'd rather see him trade back, get a couple extra.
They have to. In my eyes, you have to trade that pick off.
If you look in, I forgot what week it was. It was either week 18 or the first round of the playoffs, where they pulled up the stat of Detroit and how many players they have on their team from the past 3 years that they drafted. And they had the lowest number in the NFL.
Correct.
Because there's no talent there.
Yeah.
The talent level for Detroit just isn't there.
No. And to me, it's, don't get me wrong, this last draft that we had, we got some talented players.
It was a lot better.
All right.
It was a lot better.
And I look at that, great. Sometimes whenever you're just drafting need, it goes all wrong for you, man.
Instead of best available.
Right.
That way you might not be what you need, but you know that's talent.
Yeah. At least you can get something out of it.
Yeah.
If you want to use that guy and another pick, you can trade up next year if you have an abundance of talent. But that's the problem, is getting the talent.
Well, look at Belichick with his quarterbacks.
Right.
In New England, we got Brady. Cool. We draft Garoppolo. Cool. We draft Brissett.
Right.
Hey, there's 2 second round picks just because.
Right. Exactly. And the other kid from USC that was a backup.
Castle.
Yep.
Yeah.
That only had 1 snap in college.
Yeah, exactly. I really do understand, why you would do what you do sometimes.
Yep.
Most definitely. But I expect them to trade out of the pick. I would like them to, because
I don't think Aiden Hutchinson is that generational talent like a J.J. Watt, a Von Miller, an Aaron Donald.
I think
he could be a solid Pro Bowl player.
Right. And I'm gonna agree with you on that, because of I've seen him get wiped out on run plays. All right, and that's where everybody's like, "Oh, he's pretty good against the run." You need to go watch the tape. I seen him get wiped out. Now
that's where they just watch the highlight reel,
right?
Instead of watching the game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like I've seen him just get washed out of the play entirely too many times, to where I'm like, okay, he's good. He can rush a passer, but not play that
I don't
part
think
of the
he's all
defense.
that. I'd rather have Chase Young at number 2.
Right. And but we'll continue to go on to the way that it works. Texans, they got Hamilton. Hamilton's ultra athletic. This would be a really good spot for him, but safeties don't get drafted 3rd overall.
No. And if you're Houston,
no,
You've got a lot more issues other than safety.
Yeah, how much sense does that make for you to make that pick?
None. I mean, it's not an impactful pick.
And we saw it recently. Jamal Adams deserved to get drafted where he got drafted.
Right.
Was it worth that position?
Exactly.
It just wasn't.
Exactly.
I mean, Quandre Diggs, what round did he get drafted in?
Exactly, 3rd round or whatever it was.
Hey, how'd he work out?
Yeah, it's really good.
Imagine that.
Exactly. Jets, they need somebody to protect.
Yeah.
They absolutely do. We'll see how this plays out, because there's a lot of needs for that team too.
And we're still early in the process. This is McShay's 2.0.
Yeah.
Right.
We're going to get to 8 coming up.
Right. And they have Giants drafting. I don't think, because of the pedigree and what he was put into, I don't know. I think somebody's going to take a chance on Thibodeau earlier. Yeah, I think somebody will actually move up for him specifically. But
that would put your Detroit pick right into play.
right, and that's what I think.
That's what you're hoping. Well, you're at least for sure hoping.
I'm almost sure it's going to happen too, but we'll see how that pans out. I mean, if Neal isn't the first one off of that board, Detroit is going to be fielding some calls.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Because everybody's going to go.
And the one thing Detroit doesn't actually need
Right.
is a tackle.
Correct.
Actually looking good at tackle.
Yeah. And some of these guys, I mean, and if Neal, doesn't get picked, a lot of other smaller teams are going to go, wait a second. I mean,
the Rams would come calling, but
right.
you already got all the damn picks.
Right. And who knows? I mean, you just never know. But I look at that. It's a good thing either way. Giants have to do something, though. I mean, I'm going all the way down. Sauce, I don't think he's going there. But
I think he'd be hard pressed.
yeah, I'm thinking that's probably where Pickett's going.
Right now, I think he's got Pickett, the first quarterback off the board, at 11.
Right.
At 11.
And my thing is quarterbacks. What's the big deal if you get somebody at 6? It's not.
No,
It's not. If it's
nah. Could be 6 rings.
it's not a problem.
Right.
But the problem we keep running into is, well, I gotta have a guy, so that's my guy.
Yeah.
Instead of seeing a guy and going, that's my guy.
Right.
We've got a need so bad that we go find our guy regardless of what he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And put him in impossible situations. And it's nothing new. It's been happening for quite a while in the NFL.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's been a lot of reaches.
Yeah.
A lot of reaches real early. So,
like I was telling you, I don't see a quarterback in this draft I would take above 20.
right.
It's
Right.
not one of them.
And to me, I'm like, some of the talent level, it's sneaky. It's sneaky. You don't know what you're really getting.
Well, I get that. I understand that part of it, but I also understand college has how many players in it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And the NFL has how many players in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best of the best of the best.
You
Yeah.
only see 1%.
So if you're sneaky in college,
Right.
probably ain't gonna be that sneaky in the NFL.
Yeah.
Mahomes was good in college.
Yeah.
It just wasn't there to win a lot of games and win a lot of championships because of the style they played.
Yeah.
Right. But whenever you have something like a guy that's got a 4-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio, you still go,
That's at least something to dig into.
exactly.
Am I-
Exactly.
Am I saying that needs to be number 6 overall? I'm probably not.
Right. Right. And that's fair to say too. That's fair to say.
But
too.
now, will GMs do that? They absolutely will.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, if there's nothing out there, you can always take a gamble. You know.
If there's nothing out there, I would understand that, actually. I
Right.
could at least wrap my brain around it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, sometimes taking a gamble does pay off.
Yeah.
And hey, it's like the whole Mahomes thing. I mean, that was a gamble.
Yeah, because his mechanics were horrible. Everything was good except for his mechanics.
Right. Right.
That was the whole knock from all the NFL scouts was his mechanics.
Right.
Like, I'm not a big believer in mechanics, though. I'm a believer in winning football games.
Right. Right.
And he just didn't win enough. Yeah, he threw for a lot of yards, a lot of touchdowns.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Well, his mechanics were bad because he was throwing from all over the place because, well,
Yeah, could
his
block.
offensive line sucked.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah. And you got to improvise too, you know.
Yeah.
No, and I'm just looking at this draft from a completely different point of view. I like the Giants type of thing that they got going on right now. I don't know if they're going to make a wheel and deal for Watson or whatever's going on. They have the picks to do it,
They do.
Yeah.
you know. They have the players that they could send over.
And I mean, if you're the Giants, why would you not?
Yeah, yeah,
Why would you not get Deshaun Watson in New York?
right, right.
And you've got, I mean, toss out Tony. That was, I laughed my ass off when they made that pick.
Yeah,
Yeah, you could have got a better dude in the 6th round. But whatever. You
Right.
made it. So whatever. But outside of Tony, they've got weapons and pieces on offense on the outside. And if you can get Barkley back, okay. He's a monster.
Yep. Yeah.
You're just missing that one thing. That's not a bad thing to have.
Right. Offensive line would be nice for them to have though too. I'm just saying.
That's why they had O-lineman slated on their second pick.
Yep. But Andrew Thomas, who plays for him, he's awesome.
He's gotten he had got off to a rough month, and then just continually picked up. Like Detroit with Penei Sewell, when the pick was made, I already knew it's going to take that kid a year. He just sat out a year.
Yeah. But he still doesn't.
But he's still
yeah.
That's still a great pick to have him slide back that far.
Right.
And of course they start him instantaneously left tackle. He's our guy. Like, well, shit, he's getting run over. Yeah, he just came off the couch.
I don't know.
They slid him to right tackle, put Decker back at left tackle, and you just saw Penei Sewell just grow week after week after week after week.
Penei, he started off at right tackle. All right, that's where his natural lineman was. Week 1, Decker got injured.
There you go.
They had to slide him over to left. He blocked out Bosa without allowing a sack.
Yeah.
Shut his ass the fuck down.
No, the kid's good.
Yeah, but he did have definitely some lumps growing.
But
all right?
that was what everybody should have expected.
Right. But I mean, like, after each one of his games, the guys that were going against him came out and said, "This guy's special."
Yeah, he's the real dude.
Yeah, he's got it going on.
And that's what I was saying is just you can watch him every week.
Right. Get better, get better.
Get better, get better, get better.
And that's the tenacious streak that he has, because he's like, hey, I can do it. you
And
know?
to get that at number 8, I mean, go back and look at where Jonathan Ogden was drafted. 10 or 11. Go back to that draft. He's a slam dunk number 1 overall.
Right. Right.
We could be seeing that out of Penei Sewell too.
Yeah, man, I'm almost guaranteeing it because I've watched him enough.
Kid's good.
I went through all his college tape because I'm nitpicky.
Well, and but he set out the year. Who cares?
Right.
That's less pounding on his body. He'll
Right.
make that up in the NFL. Give him a year.
Absolutely. But we got a ton of picks for, Jets have 2 picks in top 10.
Yeah.
And that's
big time.
Jets have 2 picks top 10. Giants have 2 picks top 10. You're going to see something going on there. It's eventual. Something's going to happen. There will be reaches.
The Jets, I'm unsure about. Maybe at offensive line. But outside of that, I mean, they just got their quarterback.
Yep.
New coach.
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll see. I maybe see him reach at offensive line, maybe snag somebody a couple picks early, but
Yeah, and very well good.
If you know that's the best offensive lineman there,
Right.
sometimes you do have to screw it. We got to have him.
Exactly.
Can't afford to let anybody jump us to get him.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the draft to where you kind of look at and you go, what are these guys going to,
McShay was talking about that today too. He's like, you could see some that everybody's gonna say it's a reach.
Yep.
But that is the best player at that position.
Right.
And if a team needs him, that's who they gotta have. They're gonna reach a little just to make sure they get their guy that they've got to have.
Right. I don't know. It's going to be a really good draft.
It could be a really weird one.
Yeah, it's going to be really, really good. Some of the cornerbacks they got going on, Stingley, Gardner, and McDuffie.
Yeah.
They're the trio that everybody's talking about.
Well, it's a lineage. Doesn't hurt.
Well, my thing is, I don't want to say it. There's other guys out there that probably can outperform 1 or 2 of those guys.
I mean, yeah. LSU shut down a lot of dudes this year.
Yeah, I know.
No, they didn't.
But I mean, this is something that everybody's telling me. Oh, these guys are the best. These guys are the best.
Yeah.
And okay, I did do a little research and digging. Okay, I found a guy that's ranked 326th overall in the nation. Okay, so that means he's an undrafted free agent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All right. His name's Jaquan McMillan. He comes from ECU. All right.
Yeah.
The dude's 5'10", probably 5'9", about 185 to 190 pounds. He led the FBS in interception for passes defense, second highest PFF grading of any corner. All right. This is his, just got done with his third year.
Right.
So he's still
draft eligible. He's got eligibility left, or he's draft eligible too.
And he's young.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
So he was a 3-star prospect, All-American, also an All-American, AP All-American. We're talking about the 326th ranked guy.
Where did he transfer from?
Nowhere.
He started in ECU?
Correct. That's the reason why nobody's even heard of this dude. Okay? And 2019, he played 12 games. All right. No. Let me just try to get this all out, all right? Because my numbers are a little
running together.
Yeah, a little running together.
Yeah.
2019, he went ahead. He got 38 tackles in 12 games, 1 tackle for loss, 3 interceptions, 9 pass deflections, forced fumble. All right, 2020. I love this thing. 9 games, 33 tackles, no tackles for loss, 4 interceptions. And this is less, only had 3 passes deflected or something like that. No fumbles. This year, 12 games, 56 tackles, 4 for loss, 5 interceptions, 16 passes defensed, also fumble and a forced fumble, and I think it's 2 recovered.
And see, I get that the pick totals are sexy.
Mm-hmm.
The number that I actually pay way more attention to is the passes defense.
Absolutely.
Because if you're defending them, whether you're picking them off or not, they're not catching that shit.
Exactly.
Correct.
So you can have, if you have 10 picks, 0 passes defense, and you just gave up 30, 45 plus yard plays.
Right.
Are you really that good?
Right. And that's the reason why whenever you get like a higher PFF rating, that really tells you how many blown coverages that you've hit into, because they go against the yards and the dictational outcomes.
The only time I saw the PFF scale go wrong, and I've only saw it one time out of every one that I saw them grade and go and look at every snap, every play, because that's what they do.
Right.
The only time is actually Trayvon Diggs.
Right.
And they just
They
have
undervalue
such a high,
interceptions.
they overvalue the big play given up.
Right. And to me,
he gave up the number. He was the leading corner for big plays, given up. Okay, but he also take away the picks. Look at the rest of the stat line.
Right.
It's the rest of that stat line that I don't feel like was included with it.
Right. I think they undervalue the interceptions that the players get, and they put into such a negative into those big plays.
Yeah.
All right. Whenever you're leading the league, kind of like this guy.
Yeah, when you're leading in picks and passes defense.
Right.
And plus you've got 10 tackles for loss as a corner.
Yeah.
And you
that
force
plays an
2
off
fumbles.
zone.
Yeah.
He's an off zone corner. So that you don't typically get many tackles for losses or anything playing out of an off zone. All right. It just.
And that could be a lot why he's devalued in the NFL when it comes to the NFL too, because the NFL you're gonna get a premium put on you for being a lockdown man up corner.
Right. Right.
Whereas if you're a zone corner, yeah, we can find those undrafted.
Right. What was that guy? Charles Harris Jr.
Yeah. Chris Harris.
Yeah, Chris Harris Jr. You telling me he's not a good player? Nobody thinks that.
But
you know what I mean?
You know he's a great corner.
Right. And it's the same. It's the same kind of that you could equate
that's why
that
you
to.
get devalued a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Gayu.
Right.
You got Chris Harris and Aqib Talib.
Yeah.
How did you not win the Big 12 championship for 4 years in a row?
Right.
Come on, man.
Right.
Everybody knows those are all pro cornerbacks in the NFL.
Exactly.
How the hell do you jack that up?
And that's the reason why, to me, like I said, finding sleepers, steals, things like that, that guy checks every friggin'
And this
box.
is where it comes down to the teams and their scouting departments.
Yeah, absolutely. Because this guy's out there just to be had.
Yeah.
To me,
That's a call on day 4 after the draft. Hey, we'll give you 25 grand sign-on bonus. Come over.
to me, I wouldn't let it get to that point. I would trade next year's 7th and the 6th and get my guy, just to make sure nobody outbids me on that.
No.
There you go.
You know,
It's like, go back to Belichick. Was anybody going to take Brady?
No.
right,
No. 199, 6th round. Let's go.
right. Are we back?
Yep. We're back. We're back.
Back.
We're back.
Back. Okay, so I was talking about that Jaquan McMillan, and you know, everything was all good. I was just wanting to say there's steals and deals out there. For me, that would be one of the guys that I'd be interested in.
Yeah.
If I was a scout, I'd be there.
So,
Alright.
in your professional opinion, do you think he'll be undrafted, or do you think he'll actually get to go in 6th or 7th?
Typically, guys like that, they're undrafted,
Yeah.
just because of that overall rank kills them.
Yeah.
All right.
But it is still early. It's
We've
combine
got
and
plenty
bite.
of time.
Well, that's the thing. He didn't get a combine invite, even though he's got the production
yeah.
to go out there. Which, in my eyes, that's kind of jank, man. I know if I was out there, I mean, he still has pro days and
Yeah.
everything else,
Yeah.
but it's really hard for some of these teams to send a guy out
And
whenever.
it's still real early to say that he's out of the combine. Shit happens all the way up until the combine.
yeah,
And he could still slide in
yeah,
and get more eyeballs.
he needs it. He needs it. Since he's coming out early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to me, since he has that growth,
And
from
that's one
every
of the
year.
things that the NFL needs to do is they need to adjust to do what the NBA is doing, that will allow a kid to declare for the draft, not hire an agent.
Right.
And if they don't like where they get drafted,
Yeah, go back.
screw
in.
you. I'm going back
Go
to
back
school.
to school.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And I agree with that. And that's the thing is, I understand why he went out, because his coach gone bye-bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So if your coach is gone, you don't know what the future is going to hold for
Right.
Yeah.
you. And well, it's a smart move. It really is. I know he didn't intentionally go to do that,
Right.
but it's just victim of circumstance right now.
It happens.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And if I was a team, I'd definitely be looking in his direction, especially for the later rounds. So
Okay. Speaking of the draft, you scroll down to 11. You get McShay
yep,
Yeah.
with Kenny Pickett coming off the board to the Slurs. Mm-hmm. And I actually agree with McShay. I've got Malik Willis from Liberty as the number 1 quarterback in this draft.
Gotcha.
Not Kenny Pickett.
right,
I think the 1AA kid is just better.
okay. I know people like, because he's a little bit more mobile. What Pickett is too.
He's got a much bigger arm than Pickett to boot.
Yep.
I mean, a much bigger arm.
Yeah. I don't think he's as accurate though.
Probably not as accurate, but Pickett's not the most accurate.
Yeah, it's 70%. That's pretty good.
But most of his stuff is underneath or on a wide open receiver. When it comes to the most accurate deep ball passer in the draft, it's actually your kid from North Carolina.
Right. How?
Yeah, Hal ranks number 1.
Right.
He's getting pushed back a lot because of Baker drama.
Right. Right.
Because he compares to Baker quite a bit.
Even though I don't know, since you brought up Baker,
Well, you should probably just chuck him and get rid of him. He only played the whole fucking year with a torn labrum.
you bring up Baker though. His good year was his rookie year, right?
Whenever you should have started him from week 1, but refused to.
And started in week 6.
I'm just saying. You know, his good year was his rookie year. He's got talent. He had talent at wide receiver position.
Yeah.
I mean, that's evident. And how Odell Beckham didn't get involved in all of that.
I think it's just that team. I don't know what it is about that team.
The curse.
I
The
think
curse
it is,
on.
man. I do. One of the most talented rosters going into the year.
Right, absolutely. Yeah.
And it makes zero sense.
Yeah, with the fall of Roethlisberger and everything that happened with the Ravens,
Yeah,
and
should have walked in.
Yeah, just easy,
Yeah, nope.
easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about that team and that organization, the whole franchise, but something just can't get right.
Right. Yeah.
I think it's hard to pin any of it all on one person in the building.
Right.
But you damn well know that the media is going
No,
to.
no, it's Baker's fault. You should
Yeah.
get rid of him. We told you.
Get rid of him. Worthless.
4 years, 4
Worthless.
different offensive coordinators, 2 of them in 1 year.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's clearly that kid's fault playing 4 different offensive coordinators in a torn labrum.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a second.
Should have been better.
All those offensive coordinators are starting to make it sound like in Minnesota.
Well, guess where his head coach came from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, just saying. But,
But I really wanted to get to this quarterback pick to talk about your quarterback.
oh yeah.
So when are you guys drafting a quarterback?
We're not.
Oh, so you're satisfied?
See, I am.
Should be. Fucking should be.
I am, but apparently the rest of the population is not.
I think they're
Why?
nuts. I completely agree with you, and that's why I wanted to get into it. If you look at what Goff, and specifically Amon-Ra St. Brown did
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
as the year progressed,
Yeah.
just like with Penei Sewell,
Yeah.
they just kept getting better, kept getting better, kept getting better.
Right.
The last 5 weeks of the year, Amon-Ra St. Brown was a top 5 wide receiver in the NFL.
Right.
Not a top 5 rookie,
Right.
a top 5 receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys are coming along nicely.
Right.
The O-line's coming along nicely. Keep Swift healthy. Get another piece in there.
I agree.
Looks good.
Yeah.
It looks good.
Yeah, there's a lot that was going on last year with the Lions. They played really good, and there's quite a few games that they probably should have won.
Well, there's 2 games that we can specifically point to that
Yeah.
they were cheated out of wins.
Yeah, yeah, you can probably say the Vikings game.
The Ravens game, whenever
Yeah.
Game, yeah,
yeah.
No, the Ravens.
Ravens were
didn't
given
get
an extra down to kick the game-winning walk-off field goal to break the
Yep.
NFL field goal record.
well,
Yeah, there's that one.
you see, I don't really like to go into all of that, and
Probably don't want to get into it since you're sitting with the number 2 overall pick.
well, not really that, because I have us trading out of it, and I don't know if Neil doesn't go number 1. I think you're probably going to see a trade with the Giants. I'm thinking Detroit gives up their number 2 and number 32 to the Giants for 5 and 7. Now going by not Troy Aikman, Jimmy Johnson's draft chart, right? The
Yeah.
points for it equal for the number 2 and 32 is 31.90, and for the 5 and 7 together, 32 even.
It's pretty close.
That's really close, and
Pretty close.
typically you pay a premium for going up.
Right. Well, you have to.
Right.
No.
And to
And-
me,
And Jimmy's little point board is still the point board they work off of net today.
right.
They haven't changed it one bit.
And to me, the way I look at it, if that happens, you go with, well, the 5 and 7 pick, you're paying 11.2 mil
Yep.
in contracts. With the number 2 and 32 together, they go 9.4. So it saves you a couple $1 million,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which actually
big
for
time.
the
That's
for the
massive
Giants,
in the NFL.
yeah, for the Giants, they probably don't mind that too much.
I was gonna say they're hitting the cap pretty hard.
Yeah,
A
they're
lot
screwed.
of teams are.
Yeah, they're pretty screwed. They're 10 mil, I think, over the cap right now.
That's actually pretty good
Yeah.
for this year's NFL.
Well,
The Saints are number 1. They're at like 50-some mil over.
it's
Yeah.
And-
Drew Brees dead money.
Yeah, and the Pack's number 2 at 40-some mil over. And it starts to trim down a little from there, but half the league is over the cap
Right,
as of right now.
right.
Fuck.
I actually had this plan for the Giants if they did do that trade, right? So that would leave them with, well, of course, 2 firsts, second, 2/3, 2/4, fifth, sixth, and 2 sevenths, right? If they could get McMillan with one of those 7th picks, that'd help clear up for the cornerback, because I think they're probably either going to, well, they might trade their one that they just freaking signed not too long ago and split the difference with them. Yeah, Bradbury.
Either that or a lot of teams are going to be doing a lot of restructuring this offseason.
Yeah, and that's one of the parts to it that I seen too. It was they are definitely going to have to do some restructures with Williams, Galladay, and Martinez.
Yep.
If they do those 3, they'll save could be up to 20 mil or so.
Right.
Off of those, Void Out Soldier. James Bradbury was the one that I was talking about, to where they can go ahead and trade him off, because he still is a really good cornerback. Get some kind of capital out of it, and then spread the dead cap hit over 2 years if they do it at the right time. Get rid of Riley Dixon, their punter. Sterling Shepard. You'd save 8.5 mil.
And it sucks when it comes to somebody like Sterling Shepard, because he's just consistent, productive.
Right.
But
Yeah.
you save so much money by getting a 4th-round wide receiver.
Right. Exactly.
That it's cost-benefit analysis.
Yeah. And Kyle Rudolph, you save 5 mil off your cap.
Yeah, I
if you
don't
cut
think he'll be
him.
there. I think he'll just be a cut.
Yeah, and I mean, if I was the Giants and did all the rest of that, I'd probably go ahead and draft up my tackle that I'd need to get in the end of the 2nd round. I'm not even too sure. They may have to take one of their 3rds or 2 of their 3rds and trade them out for but I would definitely go in and look at Trey McBride, tight end from Colorado State, or I mean, wait a little bit longer. Jalen Weimer may be there for the Texas A&M. They could easily trade off Barkley, probably for a 2nd. So if they could do that I would probably do that, because then you could take your 2nd round, beginning of the round picks, or even a little bit later on, and go grab the best halfback, which probably Walker, but
You would think so.
and that's the thing. He's a smash and bang kind of guy that I really like. His balance is just unbelievable. But like in the 4th round, they could take Lindstrom, center. He was on the Remington finalist list, and Lindstrom is his brother plays for Atlanta.
Yeah.
The center for over there at Atlanta. Everybody's got him projected around the 4th, which is, I don't know how, but still, him and a guy like James Cook, the halfback from Georgia.
Yeah.
Dude can straight up catch. He's a 3rd down back, but he's got so much friggin' upside. Just if you can catch like Reggie Bush, or McCaffrey, you can still play a pivotal 3rd down role, in the NFL and scratch out a living.
Well,
there.
not only that, how many backs that we saw now coming to the league getting drafted later?
Yeah.
Just because, in college they were only used as a 3rd down back.
Yeah, very true.
But who was starting ahead of them?
Yeah.
Calm down.
Yeah.
And hey, shit, that kid's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when you're sitting behind Thurman Thomas, people only get to see you for a year.
Exactly.
No shit. This is not anything new.
Yeah, and Cook hasn't had that opportunity to be that lead guy. So I agree completely with that, because he can carry the ball. It's just, he's not between the tackles kind of runner, But we've seen other guys
I was
that,
gonna say, a lot of NFL backs nowadays just aren't built like that.
right,
That's what makes Henry special.
right,
Yeah.
right,
Because he's either.
correct.
You know,
Kind
so
of nice.
that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that people do that and say that. I just don't like it a lot.
Yeah,
Like, I don't really buy into that.
yeah, and it's fair. It
Especially when you get, like, look at Elijah Mitchell for the Niners.
yeah,
Yeah, he's not an in-between the tackles guy either, but when you have that run blocking scheme,
yeah,
you're just hitting gaps. You're
Correct.
not pounding between tackles
Yeah.
or between guards. You're hitting gaps.
absolutely.
And so different offensive schemes just completely negate that.
Yeah.
So we've been sitting here with Shanahan's for what 35 years now. Drafted running backs in the 6th round, getting 1,500 yards a year out of them.
Right.
Because they don't care if you can run them between tackles. That's not what they do.
Right.
They scheme their blocking differently.
Exactly. I mean, I've been watching power blocking schemes to the zone blocking schemes, things of that nature that you look at and you go, okay, well, completely different aspects.
Yeah.
Of how to block somebody.
Yep.
So you have to have the right. You have to have the right offensive
yeah.
line, man, for each one of those. If you got the wrong guy, it sticks out like a sore thumb. So
And Shanahan's are just consistent and faithful. Don't care if you weigh 330. Not a big plus in our offense.
Right.
280. Hey, we can work with that.
Right. Yeah, I've been watching, a lot of the mocks and stuff, and they got like Linderbaum from Iowa,
Yeah.
like going down to into 30s, and I'm like, that shit ain't happening.
And it probably won't. We're still real early on
Yeah.
in this whole shit.
Well, I mean, he grades out. Well, he's number 1 center. I mean, point blank, but he can play guard too. And I'm like, you don't take number 1 player.
That's a premium.
Yeah. That can play both ends, and he's going 30 something.
And that's one of the problems with our 53-man roster.
Right.
Where you can only carry, legitimately on game day, no more than 7 offensive linemen.
Right.
But there's 5 of them that have to be in the game, and you only got 2 backups for 5 spots.
Correct.
So that having the game tape of being able to play 2 different spots, it's very valuable.
Right. And that's one of the reasons why I brought up Cook, too, was for him to be able to be a wide receiver and a halfback. So whenever you're carrying somebody else into that game, to where you can go, we can multi-use this guy.
And not only that, then you got to take into account special teams.
Correct.
Just because he didn't do a lot of returning in college doesn't mean that he can't.
Correct.
They're going to check it out in the NFL.
Hell yeah.
Could find a hidden return prospect.
Yes, there's
I mean,
quite a few.
we see that every year.
Yeah, there's quite a few of them in this draft too that could make a name for themselves real easy.
Yeah.
And we're talking about later round picks, which is I love it. I love it. I find value that's in past just your normal 1 to 32.
Well, that's really the backbone of building a championship team.
Yeah.
Is day 3, 4.
Yeah.
That's
If
where
you
it's
can
actually all
splash
at.
pick, if you can splash pick on 3, 4, like you got a team, man.
Yeah.
It doesn't take long.
It's what blows my mind about a lot of these picks. Like, what are you reaching for potential on the 1st and 2nd round?
Right. You should have
Those should be starters.
Right.
We draft them to come in and start day 1, period.
Yep.
Right.
And make an impact.
Absolutely.
Not reach because the potential could be there.
Right.
I understand the thought process behind, well, but if they reach that potential.
Yep.
Yeah, but you're forgetting the question about if.
Yeah.
That's a big question. It's a big gamble and could set your, I don't know, let's ask Chicago how they're feeling about their 1st round draft picks.
Yeah. And that's fair too.
It could really, hell, what would Oakland be, or Oakland, what would Raiders be without Derek Carr right now?
Yeah. Screwed. And he was a 2nd round pick.
Yeah.
We're not talking about first
That's
round.
because their 1st round picks sucked.
Yeah.
They completely blew and wasted all their 1st round picks.
What do you think about it though for that draft? Boy, that was a good draft.
2nd round pick.
Boy, that was a good draft for him. Because not only the 2nd round pick him, but they drafted Khalil Mack.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
Not bad.
shit. Wow, that's a good draft.
Carr was my MVP this year.
Yeah.
I mean, that dude made it to the playoffs.
Right.
With everything that he had going on.
How the hell did he make it to the playoffs?
They stripped his whole team away from him.
Yeah, from the top down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Offensive linemen, wide receivers.
Coach.
Coach.
Everything.
And that dude made the playoffs. That's my MVP.
Right.
I'm done right there.
How the hell they score?
I don't have a good. And he didn't even have Jacobs for over half the year.
Right. Just throw some dudes.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, absolutely is. But I mean,
So Benny was nice enough to pull up our
Yeah.
cap count, and
Yeah.
the Saints are at 76 million in the hole.
All right, that's good.
Packers, 48 million,
Yep.
46 million in the hole.
Yep.
Still, and that's without Devontae Adams. And the Cowboys look bad at 21 in the hole. That's actually just 2 contracts reworked, and boom,
Yeah.
got cap money.
Yep.
So, but those last two, they're in deep shit.
Yeah.
The rest of them got to do some juggling.
Yeah.
They can make it out.
Oh yeah, but
Those
I mean,
what are you doing if you're Green Bay? How do you make that work and keep Aaron Rodgers and make him the highest paid quarterback in football? And keep Devontae Adams. And not lose anybody on the defense because
You're going to lose people on that defense.
But
You have
Aaron's
to.
already said, that defense is legit. We need to keep them intact.
Yeah, that's kind of tough to do, boys and girls. I ain't lying.
I don't know how your calculator's working out. Mine's looking at it funny.
Yeah, well, I look at it and I'm like, okay, you got the Vikings. There's the Giants and the Rams. They're what 10 million in the
million.
hole each,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
So I mean, that's pretty good. That's a good spiral down. Why don't you go up to the top 10 for cap room?
who has got the top 10? Starting with the
Dolphins.
Chargers.
Okay.
Dolphins, yeah.
Now,
Yes.
here's my point that I wanted to make. All right, the Dolphins are a winning team.
Yep.
What's their cap look like? Number 1 in cap space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna fire my head coach.
Oh, nobody said that they weren't stupid for doing it.
This is also the same team, the same franchise that literally did the only fire sale, the biggest fire sale,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the longest time just to get Tua.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some of those things I'm like, okay, Chargers, are they in good position?
They look pretty good.
Yeah.
Because their defense
Yeah.
is actually really good.
Really good.
Now,
Right.
they've got some contracts coming up, and it's going to eat into that. But they're still sitting pretty to carry a lot of the same players forward.
Okay, so the number 1 and number 2 have winning records, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 3 team.
Yeah. No, they ain't winning for a couple more years.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's Jaguars, right?
Yeah.
All right, we move on. Number 4, the
Cincy.
Bengals.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so you're telling me the top 4, 3 of them have a winning record.
Yeah.
Yep.
You see where I'm getting at?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People overpay for shit.
Way overpay.
It's amazing. It's freaking amazing to me. You look at those kind of numbers and you're like, holy shit. But, either way you go, I mean, I understand taking gambles. I know Rams took their gamble because, well, they had to go all in.
Yeah.
But their gamble to me was different.
Yep.
They're not gambling on, I'm reaching from here to here in the draft.
Correct.
No, I'm giving you my gambles for a person that I know is an all-pro.
Correct.
I'm taking the risk out of it. I know that player can play and be an all-pro in the NFL.
That's right. And I get it.
They quit gambling.
Yeah. They just bought.
They just
Yeah.
bought. Yeah.
I can get that too.
I can at least wrap my brain around it. Because
Right.
really, Jalen Ramsey a gamble?
Right.
Not sure what he's gonna turn into. No, we're pretty sure by now.
Right.
Yeah.
Hence the reason the Jaguars can keep their cap so low.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, just looking at all the teams on there,
It's funny.
I'm surprised that Detroit Lions have as much space as what they have. Truthfully, because of the Goff thing and the
And
Stafford.
some of the bad contracts in the past.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep.
But I mean,
But
they're
it's clearing
sitting-
up.
Yeah, they're clearing up finally. They're starting to get a little bit there. I hope they keep that close to the vest for right now.
And you really want to. Yeah, just because you have cap space doesn't mean you need to go overpay on day one.
Correct. Boy, they do that well.
Hang back, let that first round go through. Aaron Rodgers is under contract. He's not a free agent. Calm down.
Yeah.
You have to trade for him. You can't just go buy him. Calm down.
Right. Right.
So if Rodgers and Mahomes, they're under contract, why is everybody going out blowing that type of money on the opening day of free agency?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
What are you doing? I don't get it.
It takes something special.
Yeah, I mean, if the guy was that good, that team was going to keep him.
Yeah.
If it was a franchise-changing player, Aaron Donald ever hit the free agent market?
Hell no.
Why not?
I don't know. Sue hit the market.
It had been a while, though, and with Megatron and Stafford and all the other stupid contracts, somebody had to go.
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't an issue of want.
Yeah.
It was just ain't no choice left in the building.
Right. It's really weird that they let him go, right? And they signed Robinson, I think it was,
Yeah.
to take his spot.
Yep.
And Robinson, well, he's got a ring now.
Yeah, I got a ring now.
And, well, previous year was Sue getting his ring.
Yeah. Detroit's draft picks are winning lots of rings.
Yeah.
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 Just not in Detroit.
It wasn't fair, though. It wasn't fair. Yep. We got Stafford and we got Sue. All these guys, whenever it was different, signing rookies.
And it was, but I like to go back to the narrative. Stafford never had any talent around him.
Man, shut up.
Fuck you, I'm muting your mic.
What'd I do?
It's bullshit.
That's not what ESPN tells me.
Yeah, ESPN's a bunch
Fuck
of
you,
dumbasses. when it
ESPN.
comes
Dude's
to-
never had any talent around him. Now you'll see.
Yeah, now you see.
Sons of
It's like
bitches.
he threw 2 interceptions in the Super Bowl.
And still won.
Still won. Oh.
Yeah.
All right, you want to talk about your Cowboys pick?
Oh man, here I go.
I like it because we talked about it. Like, Biotis has not turned into what he was supposed to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
If that's your answer for replacing Frederick, you failed immensely.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know why. He looked better his first year than he did last year.
Correct.
And he looked better at the beginning of the year than he did the end of the year.
Yeah. I remember texting you about it, and I was like, man, the guy's
He's
he needs to start sending a freaking paycheck over to Dak because Dak's had him in his lap that
Yeah.
long that he
Yeah.
deserves a babysitting pay. All right.
My
I mean,
retort was, well, that's if Dak could talk him into getting the damn snap off right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which he didn't do very well the last 5 weeks of the year.
Yeah. So I mean, this is where I think Dallas can move up if they want to. I would move up for him. The Linderbaum from Iowa, definitely, because to me he's a top 10 player overall. Definitely number 1 in his position, but yeah, definitely
But
top
like
10 overall.
Like Frederick, we traded back into the first round to snag him.
Right.
And that was a
Right.
reach.
And I remember
Remember that?
whenever I
That's a
remember
reach.
that and not me. If you remember, I was like, "Oh, you son of a bitch!" So pissed off because I was like, that was one
Everybody
of
had
my
him mocked in the third round.
yeah, and I had him mocked. Well, let me get this straight. I had him mocked in like the second, but in my top overall players,
Right.
he was in the top 10. So I was like, you shitheads, man.
Yeah, every mock draft had him in the third round.
Yeah.
And of course, Dallas trades in, draft him, and it's just a firestorm. Wow, what are these idiots doing?
And Mike was kind of looking confused, and I was like, that was my guy.
Well, that's why I was confused, because I'd been told for 3 weeks he was
Yeah.
going in the third round.
Yeah. And I was all like, oh, you got my fucking guy, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, he was an all Big Ten center the second he walked onto the Wisconsin campus.
Right.
Whatever.
And who the hell was that we picked up? Oh my god.
I always forget because, well,
Lincoln Tomlinson.
Lincoln Tomlinson, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, son of a bitch.
Hey, he's making it to NFC Championships games every year now.
yeah. Different team.
In San Francisco.
In San Francisco, yeah.
See, Stafford just never had any talent around him.
Oh yeah, that was his problem. We can obviously see that.
What did I just say?
My bad, yo.
Yeah, no,
No,
offensive
but I
line
like the
talent.
center pick. Go back up to around 20. Cardinals, Raiders, Patriots. Patriots just drafted a center. Chargers.
Some of these picks, I don't know.
Yeah, go back down. Saints probably not. Yeah. Philly, no, they're good. Chargers, maybe. Who's New England starting at center?
I can't remember his name.
The only one on that list that I see that could be a problem is New England at 21.
Yep.
They might have to jump.
New England's really good at finding good players, but I'm really thinking New England is going wide receiver their first pick.
They have to.
I'm really thinking that.
They have to.
Everybody else says, no, New England doesn't draft receivers in the first round whenever they did.
Yeah, and look at the receiving crew.
Yeah,
And I get it. I put Philly in that same boat.
right,
You guys just need to quit drafting receivers in the first round because you are not good at it.
right.
I don't know why. So if New England takes the receiver, we scroll down.
Yeah, I could see that too.
Raiders, Cardinals.
All right, hey, here, see the Jermaine Johnson? It's like, man, I tape after tape after tape on this guy I had to review, right?
Yeah.
And this is one of the guys that I was like, I first initially looked at it and I went, eh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you keep watching more tape and
He's got-
just always there.
He's got the best spin move in this whole freaking thing for a defensive end. All right. I mean, it is unbelievable because he doesn't just use it for a pass rush move. All right. He uses it also for against the run. And it's fucking impressive because the way that he'll dictate the runner to like, okay, well, I'll take this inside step, right? Because he's not the biggest guy in the world.
Right.
All right. And he's tangled up with massive, gnarly linemen. He'll take a step inside, bounce that runner out, right? And then do the spin move. And he's so fast at it that he gains speed as he's doing that spin move and bounces from one direction to the next. And he's able to get right in the ball carrier's face. I mean, that is.
You have to look back at his recruiting class
Yep.
and who recruited him. He was part of Jimbo Fisher's recruiting class when they had 3 straight years of the number 1, number 2, number 3 recruiting class in the country. So coming out of high school, he was a massive big-time recruit.
Yeah.
Recruited in with a massive big-time class. So the talent level is been there.
Yeah. I was very impressed whenever I went through his, and I didn't expect it.
Yeah.
That was another guy that I was going through, and I was like,
Florida
well,
State ain't blowing anybody's TV screen up here lately.
right,
And
right,
so-
absolutely. That's what I'm talking about.
So
too.
you don't get to see any tape on them.
right.
So when you actually stop and dig for just a second instead of just looking at the stat board, you can find a lot of stuff that E
Yeah.
ESPN misses.
Yeah, there was a lot there that I was very impressed by, and legit guys that he's going against, to where he's been able to apply that spin move, and he's got a decent swim move. He doesn't have as much power in the stroke down for that for it to really be as effective as
Right.
what it could. I think that will come with time.
Not only time, but NFL.
Yeah.
And just getting to the NFL system,
Yeah,
which we've been harping on and talking about. I mean, look at Brown, left tackle for Kansas City.
yep, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Baltimore drafted him coming out of OU, and he put up one of the worst benches ever recorded for an offensive lineman.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Anybody talking about his NFL strength now?
Very true. I do have something to say about that game because I wasn't able to make it here for that whenever the Chiefs lost.
Oh yeah,
All right. Never in my life have I watched a championship game, all right, and thought to myself, where my skill position players, all right, are working their ass off, and others aren't on that same squad, all right? And that's where I ran into a problem. I mean, I even went back and I reviewed the tape because my eyes didn't follow it all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was a glimpse, and I was like, maybe I'm just seeing shit.
no, there was some lackadaisical play.
Yeah. There was a run that was bounced to the outside by Edwards.
Yeah.
Oh, holy crap. I seen there was 4 guys standing around. Offensive line.
And that was my biggest takeaway Cincinnati doesn't. And that's what blew my mind about the Super Bowl. I even talked about it before the game, talking about it. Like Cincinnati's defensive line is not what you would call really good.
Right.
Look at the first half of the Chiefs game.
Yeah.
Right.
You got blown out of the building.
Correct.
And then second half.
Correct.
well, but if you look at the Kansas City's offensive line, who's actually really good,
Extremely good.
they kind of, we got this shit.
Yep. They really gave the game away.
I think
Yeah.
they did.
I've never seen to where if I was Mahomes at that point of time,
I would have been pissed.
yeah, I would have looked at that one thing and said, "My guy's breaking tackles by the sideline, and you guys are doing what? You're watching the fucking game."
Well, just look at the stats of the game. How many times did Joe Burrow sack?
Yeah.
Once. Who's got a better defensive line, Kansas City or Cincinnati? Pretty easily Kansas City.
That's what they say.
And then
Although one of my favorite players is on the Bengals, but let's not talk about what I could have had last year. Let's talk
Yeah.
about this year.
and then you look at Kansas City, Mahomes got sacked 3 times. And on the last drive, he was throwing from his ass every time.
Correct.
And if you look at Cincinnati's offensive line and Kansas City's offensive line, who wins that match? Kansas City. So how come the 2 worst lines outperform the 2 better lines?
Yep. Exactly. It was obvious to me that the effort level of the lines really showed.
I think that's a lot what it was for Cincinnati, especially when going up against the Rams.
Right.
Okay, you might have questions about Kansas City's offensive defensive line compared to Cincinnati's. There is no questions once you remove Kansas City and put the Rams in there.
Right.
You know who has both better lines
Yeah.
without question or hesitation.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But outside of late in the game, when Aaron Donald kind of took over, Cincinnati's offensive line held up pretty well until the 4th quarter.
Correct. Correct.
And their defensive line, dude, they allowed 2 yards a carry.
Right.
They were so good up front on the line that McVay said, "Screw it, we can't run."
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to have to pass.
Yeah, their effort level was pretty impressive.
This is the second Super Bowl that I've watched with the Rams where they couldn't run.
Yeah. Yep. Well, and I don't. We don't even know if anybody's going to be back to even be able to run next year.
Yeah.
You might be looking at Jalen Ramsey and Cooper Kupp.
Yep. But that Hendrickson for Cincinnati. All right.
It's mind-boggling.
I love it because he was on the Saints. He couldn't get any playing time, which pissed me off. All right. And I was like, God, I hope Detroit gets this guy. God, I hope Detroit gets this guy. And no fucking dice.
You already knew that.
And of course, he got double-digit sack year. And I'm just sitting here going, mother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, God. But, hey, what are you going to do? Wouldn't have been looking for a edge rusher then, would you?
You've got one. You paid $90 million for it.
Right? You see how much you got to see him this year? Oh,
I didn't see him very much.
Yeah, you got to see him for about a game.
Yeah.
He was out there about a game, maybe 2. Maybe.
I really like Campbell. I thought he did a great job.
Yep. Who the hell was
Of course,
it?
I thought Flores did a pretty fucking good job, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Campbell's probably fired, too.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's just keep doing that.
Yeah, you guys look like... Yeah, fuck you. Get out of here.
Had a winning season. Yeah, doubt.
Here's my thing, all right? Caldwell.
Yeah.
Winning season, fired.
Yeah.
Flores, winning season, fired.
Yeah.
Right?
Yet Adam Gase was in how fucking long?
That's retarded.
Now, I mean,
Didn't mean to pull your thunder on that one.
I'm not gonna bring stuff up. All right.
I think there's a different situation between Caldwell and Flores, because Caldwell, he had a lot of talent on the field. I think that's why he get. Now, were they right to do it? No, it was stupid. I think that's ultimately what it was. Flores, I think his was the complete opposite. They knew the lack of talent on the field. They knew that they should have been drafted in the top 3 every year. They knew as long as he was there, it wasn't going to happen.
He was eating away at our draft. Fuck
Yeah.
it.
Meaningful games. All right. Caldwell got to play in quite a few meaningful games.
Yeah.
That means Stafford got to play in quite a few meaningful games
No,
still.
ask him in ESPN. Never get to play in any meaningful games because he didn't have any talent.
Yeah. Well,
I mean it. I am going to hit this fucking button.
but what does Flores and Caldwell have an option?
I think
have
they're
in common?
great coaches.
Right. They're both great coaches. But on another side, they're African American.
And it could be. I don't think that's it. It could be. I'm not saying it's not a possibility.
Yeah.
Flores was let go basically because he told the owner to fuck off.
He said, I'm not going to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is his right. Now, I would have handled it differently if it was me personally. I would have took the fucking money. And whenever they asked me at the post game, why are you making these coaching decisions? Look at my contract. I've got a signed contract. I make $100,000 every time we lose.
Yeah.
I believe every word out of Flores' mouth. Was he offered that? I absolutely believe that. Look at what they did to the roster.
Right.
They blew that roster the fuck up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he still won
Multiple
games.
times.
Yeah. Minka Fitzpatrick, gone. Everybody gone.
Yep.
Except for Xavier Howard.
Yeah.
Everybody else gonzo.
Yeah. Well, Xavier was cat friendly.
Yeah, that's why. That's why.
He was.
Yes.
Cat friendly.
But do I think it was racist? No. Do I think only him and what's his name? Cleveland. Hugh Jackson were the only 2 coaches to ever be offered money to lose games? Absolutely not.
No.
No. Whether anybody said anything or not, we know better by now.
Right.
Hell, we know in the NBA, Philadelphia had the 5-year losing plan. They didn't even hide it.
Right.
Had nothing to do with the color of the coach. I think it just boiled down to: are you going to listen to do what your boss says or not?
Well, here's my flip point, all right, to it. How many teams do you see make coaching changes to a team that's winning games, that's actually legit? At the end of the year, they have more wins than losses.
It doesn't happen as often as it does as compared with losing coaches, but it does happen. Andy Reid left. Doesn't win a motherfucker. And they made a coaching change. It happens.
I understand that. But whenever Reed left, that was way different circumstances. He was on the end around of it because his team went to shit on him. But truthfully, I mean, I can't think of too many times that I've ever seen coaches get fired whenever their team makes playoffs or has that are right there in it. Not unless that team has an abundance of talent. The Dolphins had no abundance of talent. And at that point in time with the Lions, I thought they had talent. Of course, this is me. Okay.
Well, the rest of the NFL agrees with you.
But whenever you come over and you take that team and you, instead of make the playoffs, well, it wasn't just about making the playoffs. It was about winning in the playoffs.
Yeah, that team should have absolutely won in the playoffs.
And whenever you take over the team and you get 6 wins and you still have a job, and then you get, 3 wins or 4 wins?
Well, yeah, we stepped it down year by year.
And then you still don't lose your job. That's whenever you go, that stinks of shit. That stinks of shit.
It very well might.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it's not. And that one I would buy way more than I do Miami.
Right.
The Detroit situation I would buy way more than I do Miami. Now there's a reason why. How old is Mrs. Ford?
Yeah.
How old is Stephen Ross? Being in Miami, Yeah, there's a lot of racial diversity down there with lots of money. So I don't think it's the same situation in Miami that what you're talking about in Detroit.
Right.
Detroit, I could absolutely see that.
Right.
That lady, 90 years old.
Yep.
Yeah, I could see that a whole lot easier than I could in Miami.
Yeah,
I find it more believable.
I don't know. I have a hard time looking at some of the coaching hires, throughout this
And my flip
process.
side of the Flores argument is Jim Harbaugh, because they're a lot of the same cat.
Right.
Do you want to hug or do you want to win? And that's why should Harbaugh have been fired? But he was,
Yeah.
because he's not nice. Yeah.
Well,
Flores a lot of the same way.
yeah.
That was the insider's account for why he was let go. He's not nice.
Whenever Harbaugh left,
Confrontational.
he went and did what? Stepped right into Michigan head coaching job, right? Whenever Reed left, he pretty much stepped right into the next open position for Kansas City's coach. Neither one of these guys stepped into anything. All right?
I mean, Caldwell went right back to running offenses like he had his whole life.
But that's the thing, is he was on a winning team. Are you trying to tell me that a losing team couldn't have hired him? I mean, I know
It had negative connotation there. When you look at the roster, how good that roster was. Should have won more games.
yeah, that's fine. But then the next year, and you see that, how many games did they win? Oh, they won 6 games. Oh, well, maybe that head coach was doing a really good job with them. Then you would probably think to yourself, he needs to be a head coach. Oh, he should be coaching my team. That didn't happen. I'm just trying to.
I'm saying the possibility's there.
Yeah.
But the way that everybody's making it sound is it's a rampant stomping down, and a lot of times I think GMs are fucking stupid.
Yeah. Well, I'm just getting to my overall point of Bieniemy, Leftwich, Caldwell.
Bieniemy's not going to get it. Leftwich he's going to get.
And
If you're Leftwich, do you want the Jacksonville job?
I'm just saying, you look at all of these coaches, all right, and the opportunities that are given to everyone else, and it doesn't match. It does not freaking match. And I don't mind it.
It might not.
And I don't mind it if it's just like one guy. Okay, if we're talking about one guy, maybe there's a reason. But if you're talking about 4, 5, 6 guys, then that's a fucking problem.
And it might be. Or it might be that we're not actually in that room. We don't actually know why that coach wasn't given that job.
And
We really don't.
It definitely does paint a pattern. But the thing
And
is,
it could paint a pattern, or it could be, if you're Byron Leftwich, look at the shit show that is Jacksonville.
yeah.
Now, if I was Jacksonville, if I was Shad Khan, I would have done a goat in the parking lot to get Byron Leftwich back home,
right,
because he was a Jacksonville quarterback.
right.
He's got ties to Jacksonville. He's beloved there. Everybody knows he's a great offensive coordinator. That's not a question.
Yeah. I'm just, man. And then the one guy that does get hired, Lovey.
Yeah,
All
that
right.
one blew my mind. Like, why?
And,
Why didn't you just bring in Adam Gase?
right. I'm trying here. I really am.
I don't even know why. I don't know why Lovey wanted that job. Yet again, another situation. If I was a black coach, I'm good in college. I'm good.
Right.
I don't need that bullshit.
Right. Yeah.
But I think I'm just gonna pose a question.
Go
here
ahead, go ahead.
because I'm wanting to know what the hell's the hang up on Bieniemy. Because here's my thing, and Mike and I have talked about this before. Bieniemy is in a great spot right now.
Correct.
Should he be a head coach?
Yes and no. Okay. The problem with Bieniemy is Mahomes been in the league for 4 years now.
Right.
Who's been his coordinator? Bieniemy. Quarterback coach, coordinator, Bieniemy every year.
Yeah.
Bieniemy's on a 1-year contract.
Yep.
Bieniemy's not in a couple weeks. Bieniemy's not under contract anymore.
Okay.
Correct.
So, and everybody's he's got a shitty past.
Yeah.
Won't even sugarcoat it. It's checkered. No, he's got a shitty past from college in Boulder. I get that. Not the same dude. I get that.
Right.
Completely different dude now. It happens
Absolutely.
with age and experience
Yeah.
and knowledge. His deal is going to come down to Patrick Mahomes. Period. If Patrick wants him in Kansas City, he's going to be in Kansas City. If Patrick doesn't want him in Kansas City, that's going to snowball effect for the rest of his career.
Right. And that happens too. The thing about it is, should he even be? Should he be in Kansas City still? You know?
Well,
I thought he should.
what the thing that I was getting at was like everybody was always, especially mass media, oh, Bieniemy needs to be interviewing for head coaching jobs and everything. And the way I see it is Andy Reid, he's up there.
Yeah.
Sooner
That's
than
always
later.
my point on Leftwich and Bieniemy.
You're in a spot that you know the head coach is going to retire sooner than later within your time frame that you're going to be there. Now, the next 2 weeks, probably not. I didn't realize his contract was going to get up, but who fucking knows?
Right.
I mean, we've seen this thing with Reed the last year and a half. Fuck. I mean, everything with his kid and everything else that's going on, we've had the conversation that maybe Reed just isn't fully involved like he should be, or he's over involved with everything and he's not letting anybody else help him out. So that comes down to closed door conversation. Hey, is it looking bad on Bieniemy because the offense yeah, we've seen this downward spiral of Kansas City over the last 2 years, but me personally, I think that fuck, if I was Bieniemy, why would I want to interview any other job when I know the old head is going to get out sooner than later?
I got 2 words for you. Josh McDaniels. How long has he been waiting?
He just got a job.
I know. How long has he been waiting for Belichick to retire?
Oh, a long time.
A
Fair
very.
But Belichick's never
Long
came out
time.
and said, I've only got a couple years left. Both Andy Reid and Bruce Arians have both said, this couple,
Yeah.
we're hitting year 2 now.
Yeah.
I've just got a couple years left and I'm done.
Well, the talk was whenever Brady was done, Belichick was going to be done.
But Belichick never said it. Arians and Reid have both said it.
Belichick doesn't say anything ever, so I'm going to have to bust you on that. All right?
He doesn't.
Not unless you want to talk to him about punters and long snappers.
But that's what I'm getting at. Belichick never said, no, come back. I'm only going to be here for a couple more years and I'm going to hang it up. Reid and Arians have both stated categorically, no, I'm a couple of years, I'm done. And if you're Bieniemy and you're looking at Kansas City and Patrick Mahomes and that roster and the way that front office works with the head coach, or Texas with the Houston Texans, which seems more appealing to you?
Well, yeah. Yeah, I
If
agree.
you're Byron Leftwich working in Tampa Bay with that roster and that front office all the way up to the ownership, who I don't think anybody's going to call those owners racist. They're the ones that hired Dungy and kept going. Or you look at the train wreck that's Jacksonville or the Jets. Where would you rather be?
I'd love to be in Jacksonville.
I would love him to be in Jacksonville too, but if I was him personally, I would much rather sit my ass in Tampa Bay for a year than to go to that shit show we call Jacksonville.
I would love that. That'd be almost my dream job right now.
Mine would be sitting in Tampa Bay with all of those players, that roster, that GM, that front office.
Not me.
I don't see a whole lot of fuckery going on in that tree. The other tree,
No. Here's where you got it though. All right. I guarantee you, the owner wants a winning team. Okay. He made the move that he made last year to get the head coach that he thought was going to bring him down that path. He got the quarterback that everybody wanted.
yeah, I like the quarterback.
All right. everybody wanted. He's got a halfback, very friendly deal. Awesome.
Yep.
All right.
He's just suffered. Eddie N just got injured. You know.
Yep. LaVisca Chenault.
Yep.
Big body guy, catches the ball extremely well away from him.
Runs well after the catch.
Runs well after the catch. There's pieces all over the place on that team. All right. To me, they're only and let's look at the cap. They got a lot of money in cap.
I get that.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I'm like, I would really like that job because I know that owner wants to win. He just made the wrong hire. And when he made that wrong hire, boy, it's easy to make that team look good for next year.
But it's not like it was a big mystery on why Urban Meyer wasn't coaching. Show me one university he ever coached at that wasn't left in just a fucking dumpster fire.
A pickle.
Going back to Youngstown State,
Right.
Bowling Green, Utah, he's torched them all.
Right. Because he burns it down.
And so, as an owner, not feeling real confident working for your dumbass. These guys over here, though, constant winners.
Well, at that point in time, that was...
I'm not saying he doesn't want to win. I'm just saying he's not good at it.
I'm saying from all the sports media, they said this was going to be the guy that would take them to the promised land.
Yeah.
Don't you remember that?
Oh, I
mean,
remember.
he was like the top coaching hire.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
He was the top coaching hire. So that's the reason why I'm kind of like,
ridiculous.
Yeah.
if it was me and I was coaching that team, should it be played out a little different than that? So I think they have a really good, solid foundation, and they can definitely build off of the players
They could.
have.
I get that. I'm not saying they don't, but I'm saying, do you want the blueprint that is there? There's not a foundation. It's there. Or do you want pieces to try to build?
I like to start more fresh, okay? I don't... If you give me a fixer-upper, I'm a happy man, all right? If
Well,
you
get
give me a brand new house and the foundation's bad, I don't want it.
That's my point with Jacksonville.
And that's my point.
The foundation is bad.
And that's my point with the Bucks.
I don't see a bad foundation in Tampa Bay.
And I do.
Why?
Well, you do have Evans, right?
Yeah.
Godwin's gone.
Most likely.
All right. Now, all of these offensive linemen, they're pretty much the best in the game.
Yeah.
All right. Can't pay them all.
No.
All right. Now you go over to the defense. Sue's gone.
Yeah.
Okay. Whenever he decides he wants to be.
Right.
Pierre Paul, one of their best, gone. You're not going to be able to keep David and White together.
You should be able to.
But you see where I'm getting at. And then they say the bad part is the secondary, which
It's all right.
it's really good for what it is. And Winfield, not going to be able to keep him.
You're thinking it's going to have to be a fire sale, and I don't see it that way.
And Brady, well, there is no Brady.
Okay, that's the one thing. We know two things for sure. Godwin, you probably can't keep, and we know there's no Brady.
Yeah.
You know what else you don't have? You don't have the $50 million cap hit that New England had to suffer through for watching Brady walk.
Yeah.
That doesn't exist here. They're not cap hammered like a lot of teams would be because they lost their starting quarterback.
I get you there. But you're not going to find a Brady.
Why not?
They're not available.
A Brady I get, but there's actually quite a bit of moves you could do at Tampa Bay for quarterback.
And I mean, don't get me wrong. I agree. Yeah, you can bring in guys.
Yeah,
All right, and you can draft guys.
yeah. And
What
they've shown a penchant for drafting pretty solidly.
Right. Right. Because they went best player overall.
Yeah.
All right, available. And that's a good place to be, right? Except whenever you can't get your quarterback that you need. whenever you can't get your quarterback, then we both know.
I was just talking about it. Who did I have them trading for?
Man, I get Minshew. I ain't lying. I
don't know if I'd go that far.
You know why I'm not lying on that?
Well, he came from Jacksonville with all your pieces.
Here's my thing, all right? There's a reason why he got traded too. But either way, Minshew, the reason why I would go for that if I was Tampa Bay, he can run, all right?
Yeah,
He can create offense. You look at his numbers, he's throwing, as far as passer rating, we can go by career, over 90.
he's pretty good. Yeah.
All right. Last year, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, over 100 passer
Yeah.
rating, and it's limited time in response to Hurts.
Yeah.
All right. So you look at the numbers that he has and what he's able to do, which is a little bit more than Brady as far as being able to
Right.
extend the play.
Options. Right.
All right. To me, that would be a very smart pickup because you can get him for a 4th, maybe a 5th.
Oh, I'd say 6.
Well, that's the thing. Whenever Philadelphia traded for him, they traded a 6th, but it turns into a 5th if he starts 50% of the snaps on on Philadelphia, and or it would be a different team. So you'd at least have to compensate him for that 5th. Just because that's how that works out. But probably a 5th and a 6th it would take, so they can get back what they end up giving. So, and the kicker. I'm really good at this game.
No, and I didn't write it down.
Right.
No, there's another quarterback they could trade for to step right in, and I just don't remember who I had pegged there. Or you could just fuck everybody and bring Jameis back.
Yeah.
Jameis free agent, dude.
Yeah. Coming
long-
back
as long
from an
as-
injury.
As long as his knee medically checks out. Dak just came back from an injury.
Yep.
A lot of people come back from injury now like that.
Yeah. But same coach,
It's still
different
me.
results.
I think so.
Now,
He didn't get LASIX to be unblind until he got to New Orleans.
I understand that, and we haven't really got to see that either.
Yeah.
So I understand that point too. But
And he got to spend some time with Peyton
yeah,
and Drew Brees,
yeah.
which he never had that Drew Brees luxury
No.
anywhere in his career.
Well,
On
no.
watching tape on what a defense shifts to and looks like when it's making certain adjustments.
Oh no, you get picked number 1 overall or whatever
It's
it was.
you.
Yeah,
It was number 1.
yeah. Then sorry.
Yeah. And so he's
You're
had,
it.
but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's had time now.
Right.
I don't think he's the same quarterback as when Tampa Bay cut him.
Yeah.
Let him go. I think he's a different dude.
Free agent wise, what are we looking at? What? Bridgewater?
Isn't Teddy still under contract for a year?
I think
But
he's
he's-
free agent, man.
Free agent?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Because he got traded over for the 1 year. Yeah. For the 1 year deal or whatever the hell it was with
Well, we know Jameis is. And outside of anybody that matters, I think that's really it.
Jameis Bridgewater, Garoppolo.
Garoppolo's under contract. That's
Is
a
he?
trade.
Oh, yeah, that's trade.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's who if I was Tampa Bay, I'd send a 2nd round pick to San Francisco for Garoppolo.
Yeah.
That's exactly who I had.
Trubinsky is out there.
Yeah.
Of course, your normal.
I think that's a different style of offense with Trubisky, as opposed to what Arians and Leftwich run.
I don't know why I like that guy. I think it's because he put up numbers, even though they weren't the best numbers, they were decent numbers.
Trubisky,
Yeah.
he went
whenever
13-3.
Yeah.
He was the number 1 seed.
Whenever he was in freaking Chicago, which.
And the difference between him and Allen, because that comparison will always be there.
Yep.
They let Allen keep being that and keep building to get better.
Right.
Oh, you're 13-3. Oh no, you can't play football like that. That's the way he played his whole life. Well, gee,
Man.
you think he's not going to be really good at doing it your way now?
Man, I'm telling you, and the thing about that though is like Trubinsky, he had to go against Slay, all right, all the time. Now, whenever they trade away fucking Slay, who steps in? Allen.
Wait. Never mind. We're done. Right there's the answer. In his prime, Joe Flacco.
37.
He's in his prime, dude. No, I thought if I was Tampa Bay, I'd send a second-round pick to the 49ers and get Garoppolo. Well, he doesn't put up the flashy numbers. Nobody puts up a 72% win percentage.
I think it's going to take more than a second because it's end of second.
It might, but I don't think it'll take much more.
Man,
If I was
every time I think that,
If I was San Francisco, I wouldn't trade him.
Yeah. Who knows?
I would
Your
give
guy
Trey
could go
Lance.
down.
I would give Trey Lance one more year sitting behind Garoppolo.
Yeah. Well, let's say you started Lance and he goes down week 1, week 2.
Yeah, you're done.
You're done. There's
Your
your
season's
season.
over.
Yeah. Yeah, you're done. That's the reason why I'm like, I don't know.
But everybody knows that's already what it, and that's the price tag already being floated as
Right.
a second-round pick. Just because you wouldn't doesn't mean John Lynch won't, dude.
What's the 2021 AAV? Is that average? or-
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
average annual value.
Okay. So you're telling me Andy Dalton, Fitzpatrick's $10 million.
Yeah,
What a steal.
that's what I was talking about. These backup quarterbacks don't have that market that we thought that they had 5 years ago.
Well,
It's a lot different now.
Well, that's the thing. You're talking about, like, I think that's skewed, all right? Because out of all those quarterbacks that I see that are right around the 5 mark, you look right underneath, and Bridgewater's at 4.437. Okay, now look at the pass yards.
Yeah.
And then you look at the touchdowns,
Yeah.
and you see how he doesn't fumble a whole lot either?
Yeah.
And you're telling me that these guys are better than... Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
That's what they were getting paid.
Yeah, well.
In all fairness, Bridgewater had 14 starts, whereas Dalton only had 8, and Dalton's numbers are exactly half of what
Yeah.
Bridgewater's are.
Yeah.
Dallas would have made the playoffs if Dalton wouldn't have got hurt.
Yeah.
Yep.
Instead of putting Danucci in.
And Gilbert.
And Gilbert,
the other 3
yeah.
quarterbacks they started in Dalton's absence.
Yeah.
He would have brought them to at least 500 record, and they would have made the playoffs.
They don't want that.
Well, in Chicago they don't.
No. God, no.
I love that. All those fans that got on Trubinsky's thing and were apologizing to him.
Should.
They're like, man, we're really sorry. We didn't mean
Yeah,
that.
that wasn't all you, boss.
That's nice. You know what? That's right.
Do you think they'll do that to Baker?
No,
No.
he's going to get lambasted no matter what.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Oh my God. Poor him. Oh God. Hey, Brandon Allen. Nice to see him on there.
Yeah.
I like.
I thought we were going to see him on Sunday night.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, it was close too, huh?
Burrow proved his toughness.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, there's my consummate professional, Colt McCoy there.
Yep.
Yeah, I like him, but I always did. Haskins, to be determined. They're keeping him around. He's restricted.
I
He
would
ain't making
think so.
Oh, he's
Depending on what happens with the draft and the quarterback situation, I would think so.
Yeah,
I
well-
think Haskins is better than the shit show. It's like Washington. Would you really want that job?
Right.
Like that's not a constant shit show every year.
Every year.
I'd take it.
I wouldn't.
First move,
Be
trade
ho-
off Young.
Be homeless. I'd rather be homeless than take money for that job.
I'd take it. I'd take that job. I'd be like, let me see the list of the players. Too good. Get rid of them. Too good. Get rid of them.
So you got 4 moves, and you're like, all right, now we can play.
Payne, awesome defensive tackle. You're gone. And they're like, what are you doing? It's like,
Well, Payne, you just tell Jonathan Allen, hey,
hey,
kick that dude out.
right?
No, wait till we're playing the game.
Yeah.
Hardest
Yeah.
hit of that game.
That was some BS, man.
That's what I'm getting at. Like, yeah, I get that we need, and I'm not saying we don't need more coaching opportunities for black coaches, but it doesn't start at the NFL. We always go straight to the NFL. We always try to fix the problem at the tree leaves instead of at the roots.
Well,
No, the roots are back in college. That's where all this shit starts, and it filters through.
hey, I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. That's all. Whenever I'm looking at it, and I know that there's candidates that are out there that have a winning record, all right, as coaches.
And my argument is, if you are being a racist piece of shit, you're going to lose.
Yeah,
It's going to happen.
Well-
You will filter yourself out.
I hope so.
Because somebody is going to pick up what they know is a better product and run with it and win. You're going to lose,
The problem is we're not having many people pick up that product.
and we will.
It needs to happen. But here's my point being to it though is, like Redskins are in some serious shit.
It's a dumpster fire,
All right, they're in
and
some
that's from
serious
top
shit.
down.
Yeah.
They're probably going to lose that franchise. Snyder's going to lose that franchise.
Well,
He fucking should.
well, now he still technically has control, but he can't walk in the building or call anybody in the building. He's really just the owner. His wife has day-to-day control.
Right. So I think they're going to lose that one. The Miami, man,
It's he didn't technically break any laws. There's no bylaws. There's no rules in the bylaws that say you can't pay your coach to lose.
Yeah.
So it'll have to be a public appearance nightmare that the owners just get together and vote his ass out.
Yep.
Kind of like they did with Richardson in Carolina.
yeah, and here's my thing is, the NFL is unlike most things in life, but I can put it down to real estate. Like for me at my house, I can go outside and I can write whatever I want on my house, all right, and everything's good, all right.
Sure.
Now, if you have a homeowners association, all right,
Those
kind of
are
like
so
That's yes.
what the NFL is.
Yep.
Yeah, you can paint your house, you can do whatever you want. It's your freedom to do such, but
It has to fall under our guidelines.
If it pisses our group off,
Exactly.
we can vote your ass out.
we can
Yeah.
take your house away.
and that's what I'm saying about the Miami situation.
Right.
There's no federal charges there. There's no FBI investigations.
Right.
But the other 31 owners can sit and look and say, we don't like the way that reflects upon us. You're out.
Right.
yeah, because he got caught.
Just like the Jerry Richardson situation.
Right.
He didn't want to sell that franchise.
Yep.
The other owners told him it's not yours anymore. You're selling it, dude.
Correct.
Yeah.
And you know what would make the NFL interesting? All right, really interesting, guys. You got 5 years. You got 5 years if you're an NFL franchise. All right. If you can't quit being the bottom of the barrel basement team, you got 5 years. If you're in the bottom two for 5 years, gone.
So,
But this
That would make it
but
fun.
this is gonna okay. And like we know Snyder's gonna be forced to sell.
Right.
That's a no-brainer.
yeah.
Stephen Ross, even though he broke no official rules,
Yeah,
he's
he could.
probably going to be forced to sell.
Yeah.
Well, we have another problem. That's 3 now then,
Right.
because the
Need
Ball's
another
already
one.
selling. They're not even dicking around with it. We did what we wanted. We
Right.
came in. We got a trophy. We brought Denver back.
Right.
Mom and Dad's retiring. We don't really want to be in the NFL like they were, so we're going to put it up for sale.
Right.
So that's 3 NFL franchise for sale, which we could be looking at in a year.
Right.
Yeah.
That's over $15 billion.
Yeah.
Okay, he's gonna take a lot of deep pockets.
Yeah.
Yep. Amazon. Amazon founder.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
going to.
Yeah, he's going to take one.
And I don't want him involved in the NFL.
Right. But you know what? It's probably going to happen.
Oh, it's
No, it
there's
will
no probably
happen.
about it.
Yeah, it
It's
will
going to
happen.
happen.
I got a couple of things to that too. Is yeah, that kind of shit happens.
Yeah.
But also, what happens if Netflix? What happens if Netflix decided to buy a team?
Hmm?
They have broadcast rights.
They do.
They do.
I think it'd be cool.
You know,
Do you know what that'd do to their subscription base?
Oh, yeah.
You'd explode.
Yeah.
You'd explode because then you can put all the NFL shit on yours.
Yeah.
That's the
Because
one
you're the
thing
owner.
that Netflix hasn't fucking dipped into
Yeah.
yet. Is
It's a good
live
idea.
broadcasting.
Who's
Yeah.
got the big brain?
Hey.
Instead of paying for all the rights to the shit, buy a team.
Yeah.
You'd still be subject to the NFL broadcast
It's a hell of a.
contracts, but it's an easier in.
Yeah.
Exactly. I just there's a couple of things like that I'm like shit.
Because then you can absolutely target revenue sharing. Hey,
Yep.
look at this. Look at this revenue stream we have sitting right here that
Yeah.
we're willing to share with you guys. You think Green Bay's not voting for it?
Correct.
Fuck.
They're like, give it up.
No, I get that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like the guy that the NFL is pushing to buy the Broncos, which I'm fine. It's mind-boggling to me. Started out as a comedian, then saved his money, worked his ass off, couple of shows, saved some more money, bought a broadcasting company. He's worth $450 million.
Right.
Okay, the Denver Broncos are currently valued over $4.2 billion.
Right.
So he's not actually buying the fucking team.
No.
He's going to be the face of the group that's putting up all the money.
Yeah.
So he's actually not owning the team. He's going to own 2% of the team.
Definitely.
At face value, it looks good, but whenever you get off the TV screen and actually dig deeper, you're accomplishing squat.
Right.
Where's Shaq? Where's Jay-Z? Beyonce?
Yep.
These are billionaires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aren't they owning it?
Well,
Could you imagine that? Shaq, Jay-Z, and Beyonce and Braun pull together?
be fun.
Guess who? Do they really need somebody to foot their bankroll?
Probably not then.
No, I think they're good because there's $4 billion right there.
I don't know. I mean, I get that aspect of it, but certain things that you would go, that should work out, and then you later on
Oh,
realize
No,
Hold
no,
it
it's
down.
going to be a dumpster fire.
Oh, it'd be a dumpster fire.
that's the Rams,
Yeah.
dude. We've said it time and time again. You know, Los Angeles should be the place to put your football team up. UCLA, you got all these people.
But it's the West Coast. They're more college town than they are NFL town.
Yeah.
And
Because there's so much shit to do in LA.
and apparently NFL ain't on that list.
No.
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 Now it's cute and it works out until you win your Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden nobody gives two shits about your team anymore.
No.
Yep.
I mean, you had to be berated into showing up for the Super Bowl
Yeah.
because the team was tired of not having home field advantage at home.
Did you
Yeah.
hear that applause for Cincinnati? I was like, oh shit, this could be a long game. Oh shit, oh no. Because I was really expecting the home field advantage. I mean, if that was played in Detroit, all right? And we're talking about Detroit here, all right? What would that stadium be like if Detroit was playing in it?
I think our Super Bowls are different now because the ticket prices are so outrageous.
Oh no, no,
the
Detroit. If it was going, because it was $3,000 for a ticket.
Yeah.
All right, $3K. Detroit people would be lined up. All right, around the block
Sell some shit. No,
for
fucking
$3
do
grand. That'd be what a steal.
that. There's a couple
No,
of
I
those
mean
too
about
involved,
having the
yeah.
home field advantage. You're not going to get any more home field fans than you are away fans because the Super Bowl, it's not like they dole out 40,000 tickets to this team, 40,000 to this team. The season ticket holders don't matter anymore. They don't exist for the Super Bowl.
Right.
It's just an open market.
Right. And that's where the scalpers come into play.
Oh,
They
yeah.
do, and they don't give a shit. Most of the fans that actually go to the Super Bowl probably a 50-50 split. 50% of them aren't there because they're a fan of one team or the other. They're just there for the event.
Right. Right. And
it didn't used to be like that.
Correct.
Where
Correct.
you literally just had the team's fans there. And we've migrated away from that, where it's a social gathering. There's not really any rooting interest for a lot of them.
It's a social gathering for a bunch of famous people.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Because they show the pictures of all the famous people on there, and you're like, oh, well, that's great. Could you please pan back to the field so I can watch my team play?
Mm-hmm.
Well, no,
I wish I could say that.
Dude, we got to find out what's going on with Benifer.
Right? Damn it. No, I'm just... Personally, no, Los Angeles doesn't have it going on right now.
They never will.
Mm-mm.
That's...
You'll get these little one-offs. Like the Raiders, when they moved to LA, it was a big deal for both years. And then all of a sudden, it just didn't even matter for the Raiders anymore.
Yeah. Who the hell are they?
Yeah. Yeah, we bought their shit 2 years ago. We're done.
Yeah. That's what kind of kills me is, I mean, you move away from St. Louis, all right, to go over there.
And they had to end up St. Louis County won the lawsuit.
Oh, yeah.
$20 million.
Yep.
Had to pay him back.
Yeah, absolutely. But I look at that and I'm like, that was a pretty good fan
It's a
base.
rabid fan base.
Yeah.
They love that team, but
That's why they moved back to St. Louis from Arizona.
Right.
Like, the Arizona fans suck. We like St. Louis better.
right. That's just, I don't know. Some of that shit it just really pisses me off.
And
But-
then getting greedy and leaving San Diego because, we're not going to put our city in the hog to give you a free stadium.
Correct.
Yeah.
But that's the criminal shit the NFL does. And this is my point on a lot of this shit. I'm like, the NFL is in fact racist, but only to one color.
Green.
It's green. They are severely racist to the color green. That's all they want. And I don't think overall, now there might be little pockets here and there. That's just going to happen in society.
Right.
But I think overwhelming majority is just, they don't give a shit what you are as long as you make me more money.
Yep.
What happens if the Denver Broncos got bought out by Denver, the city?
I think that'd be funny as shit.
So
I
it
think it'd be
stays.
funny as shit.
It'll stay forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you get that Green Bay thing to where you
Now you got a cross
yeah.
conference rivalry.
Yep.
Right.
City versus city.
There
Yeah.
you go.
The way shit used to be.
Correct.
It used to be city by city rivals.
Right.
Didn't give a shit. No, this is our team. We hate you. It's the way it was. No, I think it'd be cool as shit if Denver just said screw it.
Yeah. Well, they're pretty liberal place.
Yeah.
You figure, hey,
Maybe they're
If
too
it's-
liberal where they're not that invested in owning a NFL franchise. Maybe.
Maybe.
They might be though. You never know.
I'm
I think
kind of sitting here going because I mean to me, Denver Broncos they still have a really good base in
They've
history.
got they've got a massive fan base.
Yeah. All the fans love them and Mile High. All
Yeah,
this.
you know,
Oh,
already
yeah.
know you're gonna sell out every home game.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So to me, it's a good sound financial investment because whenever it does pay for itself off, then after that, what kind of revenue is that going to
Yeah,
generate?
you can just put a tax levy. I don't go
Right.
go a quarter cent tax levy
Yep.
for 10 years. Denver's got a massive population. It's not even gonna take 10 years to pay that off.
And here's my main point to this. The reason why I bring this up because here in Kansas, all right, we have this ghost company that we're trying to bring in.
Oh, yeah.
All right, to where we're going to give them 1.5 billion.
Uh-huh.
As taxpayers, our money's going to go to this ghost company that for 1.5 billion. Well, what's the friggin' difference of just outright buying a team?
No.
Yeah.
No, just buy you'd be better off.
You'd be better off, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you'd be much better off.
Because you got bring in jobs,
Yep.
Yeah.
right? And you have more base pay. You have
Well,
But the NFL ownership as a whole doesn't like it because Green Bay is the only reason we have any type of an inside look of the NFL financials.
correct,
Period.
correct,
Because it's Green Bay City, they have to disclose theirs.
yep.
correct.
If it wasn't for that, we wouldn't have a clue about the revenue sharing. They'd be able to keep all of it, all the way under wraps.
Right. Cloak and dagger moments.
Yeah.
Yep.
But since the veil's off anyway. If that
But
was
it's
to
not
happen,
completely off.
No, there's still some.
Yeah, there's still tomfoolery going on in the background.
well, yeah, I'm sure.
Just we get a broad stroke view. We don't get to do that line item critique of it.
Right.
And the more and more cities or public entities that would reach out and actually buy them up, you start peeling layers back then. You
Yep.
start looking and digging. And so if there was sketchy shit going on, it would come to light that much quicker.
Boy, this makes me really want for the Broncos to go to the team,
Well,
man.
I've always said it. Green Bay's missed out on a great opportunity to get more people to move to the city.
Right.
And
think
same
so,
way
too.
with Denver too. Give any new citizen and your current citizens of the city a stake in the fucking a stake in the team.
Well, no, Green Bay, if you're citizens of Green Bay, you do have a...
Oh, you do have a share.
Yeah. But that's not for new citizens. Those shares were passed out a long time ago. The only way to issue new shares is if you need to make more money to pump into the franchise, say for stadium upgrade, shit like that.
Yeah.
Then you can sell more shares.
I'm just saying, I'd move to Denver if they told me, "Hey, you got a share in the team."
But here's the cool part about it: you can't sell them.
Nope.
You can only be a citizen, and you can only
Yeah.
have it.
Yeah, they're non-transferable.
Non-transferable shares.
Yeah, they have to be passed down through your lineage. Yeah.
Now, thing about that, and Green Bay. You guys ever been to Green Bay before?
I haven't been to Green Bay.
Negative.
All right. Now, Green Bay is... I like it, okay? I do. I mean, because I've traveled through so many times, but it's not just Green Bay. Because you look at Green Bay on the TV, right? And you're
Yeah.
like, oh, it's not that huge city, but, it's pretty nice size. What you fail to realize is there's Appleton, Oshkosh, and I mean, just everybody else that's
Yeah, they all
involved into
surround
it.
Green Bay.
Yeah, that surround the place, and that's what makes it really big. That's what makes it into a major city. And all those guys, I mean, they're all going to Packers games. It's not just the Green Bay guys.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So it does make it kind of cool, and then the travel factor from like right there to Milwaukee.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not that far.
Yeah, it's not
at
very
all.
far at all. So some of that kind of stuff that I look at, I'm like, so you got people that come up from
Yeah.
Milwaukee as well. Oh,
Well,
it's crazy. It's just nuts.
For Green Bay, the problem's never been selling out the stadium.
Right.
That's never been
Right.
an issue.
Right.
It's all the extra money that all the other owners bring in from outside shit that Green Bay can't because of how it's set up as a city organization.
Gotcha.
That's why they were always small market, cash strapped.
Right.
And if it wasn't for revenue sharing, they probably would have been sold a long time ago.
Right.
But the revenue sharing actually saved them.
I don't know. Because I went there and like to Milwaukee, places like that, and got to see where Brewers play and all the rest of that. I keep thinking to myself, if I'm gonna have another franchise, if you open one, let's just say in Milwaukee, right?
Yeah.
You'd still get traffic from the other guys too.
Oh yeah.
And that's where I'm kind of like, nobody really looks at that. And then from between Chicago,
Yeah.
because that's the cool part about it is it's a short trip right
Well,
around
that's,
these things.
you know, that's the way the NFL was intended to be, was to have your regional rivals.
Right. That's what I think's really friggin' cool about just that area. Is you can be right there, right next to them, that quick. So, but if the NFL does expand, I really don't like the thought of having a London squad and all
Me
the rest
neither.
of that.
We've already tried it. It's
I just
I don't like it
That's
at all.
brutal.
you would have to make it to a division to where it's just them.
Yes.
and then have like whenever people would go on the road, they would have to play every single one of those division games all kind of in a row.
Right.
You know, to make it more realistic.
Or you'd have to
Yeah.
have 2 leagues,
right.
and
Right.
then the champion from this league play the champion from that league.
Yeah.
Right. Which I mean,
Or your world champion.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you know how it goes. I mean, you play your 2 divisional games, you know, all throughout, and then you go to a different, you know,
Yeah.
and then you play them all. So
And
it's possible, but
I don't even like the cross or the out of country markets for our professional sports. And it's not because I don't like having teams in Canada.
right,
That's ridiculous. It's awesome.
right,
Except for one fact, it hurts the players more than anybody else.
yeah,
Yeah.
for taxation. and-
Yep.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt the owners.
Right.
It hurts the players.
Yeah.
Correct. And I can see that point too. But NFL is their own worst enemy sometimes. So. But I think the game itself, it'd be great if other people could take as much interest in it.
Yeah.
It would be.
It's just,
It's just like MMA. You
yeah.
in 10 years think of what the talent level
Oh yeah. Yeah.
can become.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit, just look at the last 10 years, the amount of
Yeah.
talent that's came out.
No.
Yeah.
The way I look at it, MMA is one of those. As Americans, we didn't have any friggin' clue about it.
Nope.
Because this was all, you know, like Brazilian
Yep.
and Chinese, Japanese.
Yep.
Then,
You know,
then karate, sumo
Right.
wrestling.
Yeah.
It was
Correct.
everything except for Americans outside of wrestling.
Yeah.
right. Greco-Roman, you know, everything. And that's what I think is really kind of the cool part about it, because now, whenever it finally came around to the States, then it was just, I'm going to grab some of this. I'm going to grab some of this,
Yeah.
because there's so many different dojos, and you know,
Yep.
Yep.
and everybody just incorporated and made it American MMA to where it is what it is now.
We are
which
melting
it
pot
seems
for a
like
reason.
Awesome.
it seems like such a better mixture of fighting.
It is.
All right?
It's amazing.
It is. And
And
that's,
now we're hitting the group of kids that have been training it since they were 4 years old.
Right.
yeah, they weren't only
Right.
just stuck
Yeah.
into one discipline their whole entire life, they're actually grasping all of these other different disciplines. Because
Yeah.
even though back in the old days when the tournaments were going on, yeah, that was
Yeah,
cool
they're
as
cool.
shit. It was
Right.
cool as shit to see somebody, hey, I'm fucking 4-time kickboxing champ out of France. I'm gonna go in and fucking show what my style can do.
Uh-huh.
That was great. And then you get the Gracies, but
Yeah, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
but and that's an homage itself, because Brazilians didn't start with jiu-jitsu.
No, that's Japan.
And so, you know, and that's the thing, is each piece that we take, and you're right, we've completely Americanized it and capitalized on it, absolutely.
Yeah,
But,
we made it into a motherfucking croissant.
dude, yeah.
Damn straight.
No, it's
what we do.
It's a
That's-
beautiful thing, and I mean, this is one of the things that I have to say that I do love about this country, is the fact that you get all walks of everything
Right.
here, and
Like
everybody.
China. They're open.
Oh. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, they care about diversity. Ask the Uyghurs.
God damn it.
What? Just talking sports. Somebody started a fire in here. We had
Uh-oh.
a bar in 1990.
Well, we're getting close to 1980. You know, when the Flintstones was still advertising smoking.
I like it.
I moved the trash can in here, so I don't have to clean up your trash piles every fucking.
Cool.
In the process of putting up the TVs today, I was like, this motherfucker. Didn't realize how many empty booze bottles and empty Pepsi bottles I had.
Shit.
Son of a bitch. You fucker.
Are we having fun yet? That's all I'm wondering.
Absolutely. What you
Sorry.
looking at?
What you got going on?
I was just looking at my stuff. That's all.
I like looking at my stuff.
No, I was just looking for the
I need help.
mixed martial art style for I got banned from MMA. I think it's like a what the hell was that, monkey paw or something like that, Wing Chun or something like that. Wing Chun.
We came. We wanged.
Wing
We
Wing.
chunged.
Wing Chun. Yeah. You're not supposed to Wing Chun.
Only I would have known that 20 years ago, man.
Seven
Yeah.
would have saved me.
They can't use it in MMA. It's a certain fighting style because it's well it goes against everything that's that the MMA is about.
trying to not kill your opponent but still win.
Right. It's an open hand. All right. So whenever they go to do it, they do different kinds of strikes.
Mm-hmm.
Their fingers are so strong. All right, that they can like almost pretty much punch through the aluminum, things of that nature. They're used to it.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever they go to attack, they go for the eyes, typically throat.
Yeah.
They can slash your throat out to poke out your eyes, like that's their strikes.
Yeah, those
Yeah,
are
we
universally recognized as illegal.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely don't want that in a televised sport.
yeah, but
Well, I mean, I'm sure there's a market for it.
well, that's the thing too, is if you're truly about self-defense and you study this, yeah, would it save your life? Absolutely. Would it end in others? Absolutely. That's the reason why, if you've studied it, even if you've studied it and for like a longer period of time, they don't want you in MMA because you have
Natural tendencies
muscle
to
reaction.
actually,
Yeah.
Muscle memory, muscle reaction.
Exactly.
You're just going to go back to your
revert
fight
to
or
your-
flight. And
revert to that. And,
Yeah.
and that's one of those things that I just wanted to kind of bring that up to you guys because I thought it was something really different.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about MMA and mixed styles. And I'm like, well, if you really want to talk about mixed styles and partial to that, you need to talk about the bad shit too. Because we're all like, this is great. And I'm like, yes, but there's certain things that are out there that you got to be careful about.
No. But since we went ahead and brought all this up,
Right. Are you guys going to do your MMA thing?
would you care to sit in for it?
Well, are we going to talk about Rhonda?
You mean
we can.
what you got? Because she actually popped up in my news feed today. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah, she
For
did.
the WWE thing?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
For the botched signing,
Yeah.
contract signing.
Yeah, that was
whatever.
horrible. That was horrible.
I didn't get to see the clip on it, so.
But my point being to this is she's still pretty. And that's all I have to say about that.
I still love Ronda. Now in the MMA community, the
Fickle.
MMA community is the most fickle one.
They're wackio.
They love you until you make it to the pinnacle, and then they just hate you instantaneously.
No, absolutely.
It's super weird.
It's stupid. I hate
And like
it.
Severely.
Ronda, Brock, Connor to a
To a
large
point,
extent.
yeah.
He still got his fan base, but the rest of them that were cheering for him on his way up, like, oh, you sucked. You've always sucked. Like, that's not what you said 5 years ago,
No.
jackass.
That's what I hate. I hate these.
Like, yeah, they might not be able to compete against today's elite, but you got to give them their damn credit for what they did at their time.
Well,
They changed the flipping game.
And here's my point being to it is what I hate, and this is one of the reasons why I quit watching as much, was the hate that goes on whenever a player when a guy makes it, but even more so than not having any kind of understanding if a fighter gets older and loses just a little bit, you know, oh, it's over with. He's ran. He's done. It's like, I don't understand why we have to piss on, like, you know, some of the greatest of all time that has competed.
actually, all right. So for the main event of the prelims of this last pay-per-view, since we're bringing up older cats and everything else like that, fucking Pitbull.
Yep.
I want him to retire. Old fuck needs to just stop. He's won 5 straight.
He can't afford it.
No, it's not that. He's won 5
He's won
straight.
5 in a
Yeah.
row.
Yeah. How can you afford to go?
But why
hey,
does everybody want him to retire when he's winning 5 in a row?
Yeah,
Oh, I get it.
I am the pinnacle of the hate.
Right.
It's like Ronda. Yeah, she hit so hard and blew up so big and smoked everybody in a minute with an armbar.
Yeah,
Period. Well, then when she finally lost to Holly, like, oh, well, you sucked. Like, no,
No.
she can.
No.
Holly's a different fighter. It's the next evolution, and people fail to take in the next evolution of any sport or game into consideration.
Yeah.
Especially when you're the top tier, when you are undoubtedly number one, the best.
Right.
How the fuck are you gonna get better?
Yeah. You can't.
nope.
You get as good as what you can do.
Yeah. How are you going to get better when you are the pinnacle? It's pretty tough. You need that next evolution to come in to take it to the next level.
See, that was-
Probably not going to be you.
That was the problem with Khabib. Khabib was holding. Everybody could agree that Khabib was holding up the 155. Nobody could beat Khabib unless he wanted out and said "fuck it." He did that on his own accord. He didn't need to lose in a fight.
Right.
He just said, "I'm done."
And he didn't hold up the belt of the division.
No,
that was
that-
the UFC doing that.
Yeah, and that division in itself, I mean, 155 was stacked for a good long time, so they
Still
had
is.
plenty. Yeah, it still is. So they have plenty of talent there to continuously. Hey, you know, we're moving up the ranks, but we don't have to have a title fight once every other year.
Sorry, I'm looking at some of the. I'm like, oh yeah, the Brunson one.
Actually,
I picked Cannoneer.
yeah.
Just saying.
Oh yeah, the Brunson one. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I seen some of that.
Ew, ass whooping.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
But I did want to touch base. So we just had UFC 270, 271, 271. Adesanya Whitaker 2 last Saturday. Hell of a card.
That was a great card. I loved it.
The whole card was really fucking good. Just blowing through these real quick. So we had with the early prelims, William Knight went up against Maxim Grishin. Unanimous decision for Grishin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a no-brainer.
Then we had Jeremiah Wells choking out Blood Diamond,
First round.
the up-and-comer that we were highlighting so much last week.
It was different levels to the game, and he just wasn't quite ready for this level.
Yeah. Douglas Silva D'Andrade went up against Sergey Morozov.
Hey, what happened?
Yep.
Rear naked in the second round.
Tried to tell people.
Yeah.
You don't understand Douglas when he gets going. He's dangerous.
Well, and that was the thing too. Everybody's like, "Ah, man, Douglas lost first round." I was like,
Yeah, he did. But
Yeah,
he didn't finish him. So
no. Next fight we had AJ Dobson going up against Jacob Malcone. Malcone with the decision.
that fight kind of took me for a loop. Malcone just kind of dominated and
Yeah,
just kind of put it on him, wouldn't let him get any of his game off.
no, not at all.
Pretty good performance.
To headline the early prelims, we had Mano Martinez lose in a unanimous decision to Ronnie Lawrence.
Ronnie Lawrence just beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, he
There's
did.
levels.
And see,
Wow.
you know what kills me? That score right there. I don't remember Ronnie getting a point taken away.
He didn't.
29-27?
Uh-uh.
What round did you give Mana?
I think Mana got the third round.
The third round?
Yeah. But those 27s,
Uh-huh.
because there was a 10-8 in there, dude. There was a 10-8
Oh,
in
yeah,
there.
yeah. Round one. Yeah.
Yeah. Because Mana came back, finally started to listen to Krause in round 3.
Mm-hmm.
And he won round 3. But the deficit to win a decision was just way too much.
Well,
He had no chance.
And see, and that's another thing that we know that fucking Krause, again, being one of the greatest coaches out there, he told Mana, each round, hey, boss,
round.
you've lost this round. You
You
gotta
gotta
get
quit
it.
doing this shit. Focus. Get back to this. Win this round. And he just didn't do it until the third round.
Yeah. Moving into the prelims, we had Carlos Olberg go up against Fabio Charant. Unanimous decision for Olberg. And yeah, no, that Charant didn't even get, I don't even think he got more than 10 hits in.
Probably not. He was just way outclassed. There you go. 13
13.
total
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
in 15 minutes.
Yep.
No, it was a hell of a clinic by Olberg. Next fight we had here, Kyler Phillips going up against Marcelo Rojo. What is it? Triangle choke with armbar.
Yeah.
Third round. Phillips for the win.
Yeah.
I mean,
2 I picked.
and then we had one of the talks of the night.
This bullshit.
Yeah. Okay, so Roxy Metaferri and Casey O'Neill. We highlighted this fight massively last week because of the simple fact that Casey O'Neill was going to go in and dominate Roxy. I mean,
I didn't think it was going to make it out the first round.
no.
Now,
And then-
Roxy was tough as shit.
Yeah. I mean, you look at the strike totals and the amount landed
Yeah.
by Casey that you would think, yeah,
Well, but here's
It was a split fucking decision.
yeah.
that's crazy.
No, and the worst part is nobody can justify it except for that one judge that gave Roxy a round.
And the broadcast team, let's
Called
be
him
real
out.
about it. Before we give them credit, let's beat them up for
Oh, they
honestly
were
a really horrible job.
yeah.
Bisbing and DC just were not good.
No. Throughout the whole night, they were
It was bad.
completely biased to
Blatantly.
the dogs, which had no. I mean, there was no point. Anytime that one of the dogs was actually doing something good, yeah, you point it out. Great. You don't just
But they kept
Right.
harping on that one thing that they were doing and completely skating over every other aspect of the fight that they were getting their ass whipped at.
anytime that Roxy threw one punch and
was
landed
bad.
it, they talked about that for 5 minutes, whereas Casey's already landed another 20 punches
Jesus.
and just ignored it. No, it was.
But on the bright side, they did redeem themselves a little bit after this fight because it was a split decision, and they were the bus driver, the train driver, and everything running over that dumbass.
name drop the judge.
Yeah, they
fucking
went
like,
all
yeah,
out.
this is like his second fight he's ever judged, or second card that he's ever been
And these
on.
are the people that we don't need judging MMA fights. We need to get them out of here.
Yeah. No, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, because I mean, you just take a look at the stats. I mean, they were both busy.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, and that says a lot.
It was a
alright?
good fight,
Yes.
but it wasn't. It wasn't a close fight, and there was no way in hell it was a split decision.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Because unfortunately, those significant strikes that Modafferi had landed, the 120,
You're right.
if I landed those same 120 shots, it would have been way more significant and noticeable.
Right.
If
She actually hit Casey with probably 5 solid that makes you stop and, hey, shit, shots.
Gotcha.
yeah,
The rest of them, they were just significant shots because of the type of shot and where it landed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It was just a technical, significant strike.
yeah.
I'm just saying, Casey looked so well rounded as far as where the
Right.
punches, kicks, all the rest of that. I mean, I can understand having some confusion if there is a lot of takedowns. All right, that transpired in it, as far as takedown percentage, all the rest of that defense, whatnot. But you're not looking at two people that were really active.
No.
No.
And taking each other down and made
And
it
the
their
takedowns,
focus.
and we'll get back into this more on the main event.
Right.
yeah.
Roxy landed 2 out of 4,
Right.
and the total ground control time was 1:06 total.
Correct. That's
Yeah.
where I'm
They
getting at.
equaled nothing.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna score the takedowns for Roxy, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got no
But-
problem with that.
But it's got to have more control and actually
And you
impact
gotta do
the fight.
something.
You
with
got to
it.
do
Right.
something more
Because
than
if-
just laying on top.
Because
of
if
somebody.
Casey gets right back up in 10 seconds, why does she not get scored for her reversal?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Why would you not do that?
And that's the reason why I was trying to say something about the takedowns was by looking at the total control time.
You can clearly tell.
Yeah.
There's nothing there.
You didn't get it. So,
And
Well,
we'll
just
hit that.
wait.
We'll
Yeah.
hit that a little more on the
right.
main event
Right.
because it played a big, especially in all the fans' eyes.
Right.
But,
Idiots.
All right, so moving on, we highlighted just a little bit. Andre Arlovski went up against Jared Vandera. Split decision again. Honestly, I mean,
I think Andre probably.
I can't argue with it. I mean, I'm okay that Andre won to an extent because I'm still trying to justify.
He got outstruck, but I think his strikes did
More
actually
damage.
impact and damage Bandera more than Bandera's did him.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
It's super weird.
Just from a power perspective, I mean that really changes.
oh, absolutely.
You know how you view a fight.
I mean, if you punch somebody 10 times out of 10, but they're wearing those 10 punches,
Right.
yeah, no, it's definitely more.
Well, if you're in a defensive posture and going back and striking and hitting instead of, okay, you see that, and then you see the guy that's stepping in hitting, then you go, oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just common basic sense.
All right, so moving on to the main card, we had Bobby Green go up against Nazareth Hakprasad. Unanimous decision for Bobby, and honestly,
I picked Nazrat in this fight.
yeah,
I like Nazrat. Yeah, that score is way too close. There's no way that was a
No.
30-27 fight.
no, it should have
Bobby
been
Green.
a 30-24.
Bobby Green smoked him every round from bell to bell.
Wow.
I
It
mean,
wasn't even a fight.
good on
It was bad.
Nazareth because he was there for it every bit of the way. But the thing is he had no answer for Bobby
No,
whatsoever.
Bobby was on fire. It's a great performance.
All right, next fight we have Alexander Hernandez went up against Hanato Moicano.
There you go.
Submission round 2 by Moicano. Boy howdy.
I picked Hanato, and you can tell the difference on the takedowns.
Right.
Only 2 of 6.
Yeah.
What else did he get? You know, he choked his ass out.
Yeah.
Did something with his takedown.
Exactly. Submission attempt.
Yeah.
All right, next fight we had Jared Cannonier going up against Derek Bronson. Knockout by Cannonier by elbows.
Yeah, it was a.
And it
was
was
a good one.
nasty.
It was nasty.
Nasty.
Yeah, I know. I got to see the.
You got to see
You got
that.
to see the highlight on it?
yeah. I got to see the highlight, and I was like, oh man.
Yeah, it was a pretty significant beatdown.
Yeah.
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 This is the one that blew my mind.
Yeah,
Moving
that-
on to the co-main.
That would be
So
different.
Derek and fucking Bam Bam Tai Tuivasa. Holy shit.
Holy shit.
Holy shit, dude. This first round was fucking amazing.
Well, when you looked at strikes 31, 35, like,
Nobody's
really?
going to think that.
No, that fight was lit.
Those 31, 35, there's nothing to lace but power in those fucking hits.
I don't know that I've ever saw another human being take shots like that from a dude like Derek Lewis and not die.
Drop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was great.
And Ty fought through it.
Dude, and when he got...
Clipped him with an elbow. Boom. Night night.
And that hit, man. Because Lewis was backed up to the cage. Fucking Ty, the reason why Lewis was in the cage, because Ty had a quick left that backed him up. He got backed in there. Fucking Ty landed 2 more hits, and then boom, popped him right in the fucking carotid with the elbow.
Yeah.
And
Night,
fucking
night.
Lewis face planted right then and there.
Wow.
And luckily enough, who was it? Beltran that was roughing that one?
I can't remember if it's Beltran or Smith.
Whoever it was, they fucking stepped in quick
Yeah,
enough.
Oh,
saw it.
jeez.
Well,
Quick
and
enough.
Derek Lewis, you notice he had takedowns. 2 of 4.
Yeah.
He was doing the Ronda Rousey judo toss.
Yeah, no,
And
it was
stepping
fucking
behind
beautiful.
him and push through, grab and toss. I'm like, wait, what the? I'm pretty drunk right now.
Right.
What the hell am I watching? And I, talking with guys at work about it before the fight, leading up to it. It's like people don't understand how athletic these 2 big fucks are.
These two big
These
fucks
guys are actually
specifically.
athletes, guys.
Yeah.
They really are.
And that was actually one of the main staples that we highlighted last week about it.
Derek proved it.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
It was an awesome fight.
It was a great fucking fight. Great fucking fight.
I may
Love the
have to
big
watch
dudes.
that one.
It's worth it.
Love the big dudes.
Those big dudes doing that shit. It's pretty special.
Speaking of special, let's talk about that last judge.
Now, before we go any further, this was a really good fight.
Yes.
It was really technical, really hard fight. It was really good.
Yes.
Unanimous decision.
Yep.
You see there's 49-46 and then for 2 48-47s.
Right.
That means 2 3-2s and 1 4-1.
Right.
If you're nitpicking, I could see how you could pull a round 5 out of your ass for Bobby Knuckles.
Right.
I didn't score it that way. I had a whitewash. I had them all close rounds. Every round was close.
Yeah.
But I had it 10-9 every round for Israel.
Yeah. It was a 50-45. Should have been.
And then you hit online, and online is blowing up about how Whitaker got robbed because he got 4 takedowns. They highlight that.
Yeah.
2 3 4. Got those 4 takedowns. Like, yeah. What was his control time? Well, in round 5, what was it?
Yeah.
What was his control time on all of them?
Yeah.
So you hit 340. 2.5 of that was in round 5.
Yeah.
You know how many strikes were landed from the ground? Not fucking one. Not one strike
Well.
attempted. Not one strike landed.
It was
Well.
literally just laying down for 2.5 minutes.
He
Break
was
time.
4 of 10. The other 3 that he landed
Izzy was
about
up.
10 seconds apiece before Izzy stood right back up.
Yeah.
Izzy outstruck him in every single round. Reversed his takedowns in every single round.
Right.
Controlled distance with the leg kicks every single round.
Right.
You know,
So you're just telling me Whitaker wasn't active whenever he did take down, didn't try hammer fist and nothing.
No,
not even.
nothing.
Didn't even attempt to strike.
Jesus Christ.
See, and the thing is too. And here's the problem with that.
That's
So
boring.
the
And
first
so-
round, it was completely Izzy. Very little activity out of Whitaker on this, and that was the thing. It's like, hey, everybody takes the first round, kind of
Right.
gauge where I'm
Yeah,
at.
right.
This motherfucker beat me last time. I got to stay in my head and pay attention.
Well, and as he's firing off the leg kicks in the first round, at the end of the first round, Whitaker goes back to the corner, and he's instantly my knee.
Yep.
Knee.
Yeah. So round 2 starts. Whitaker has 100% turnaround on his performance, on his production. He doubles what he did in the first round. That's when everybody was clamoring. He won round 2, which he didn't.
He didn't because
didn't.
Izzy still outstruck him.
Outstruck him, still kept center.
And through all my saying of all this, Robert fought a perfect fight.
Yeah. If it was anybody else, he would have won.
Easily.
Yeah.
There's nobody else at 185 that would have beat that guy that night.
No.
I haven't saw him. Unfortunately for him,
He was fighting
he's
Israel.
fighting Izzy. He had the perfect game plan. He executed it perfectly.
Right. I'm just going with like you guys were talking about. Is he opened up with leg kicks? All right.
That was actually the big discrepancy in the fight.
Mm-hmm.
You say Robert had 13 of 20.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Izzy's legs are still clear.
Yeah.
Right.
Robert's legs were beat the fuck up.
Yeah.
They were different leg kicks to boot.
Right. I'm just playing, you know, well, not even devil's advocate. This is just
No.
probably just facts. But whenever you strike a person's lower body like that, legs, you're not able to put full punch power
No.
in. All right. So I mean, if you do have a suspect chin, which 22-1 means you don't. All right.
No.
But if you had a suspect chin or trying to catch them, it's damn near impossible if you can't plan.
Yeah.
Okay. At those kind of pieces, though, I mean, did he at least try countering those leg kicks whenever they were first coming through, or was it just go ahead and chop me down?
He checked a couple.
He checked a couple.
It really wasn't.
And see the checking, like, you know, raising up the foot,
Yeah.
right, to check it out. I've never went for that because that typically does you more damage. Than
it definitely fucks with your balance way more to check a kick than just eating it. And if you lose your balance, you're definitely going to fuck up your footing. I mean, we've seen it plenty of times where somebody gets tripped up.
And they don't have it here, but Rob did score or did get knocked down from Izzy to boot.
right.
Oh, no, it's there.
Where's it?
Top number. The
Okay.
single digit.
Knocked down. Okay.
Yep.
But most of the things where you know a guy's going to come into your legs, I've seen it to where they just say step into it and make sure that
Close the distance. That way you're not
Full
at
force.
range where
Yep.
you're eating it all.
Yeah.
close distance. You can drop your arm so you can catch them.
They don't suggest that a whole lot anymore.
Yeah, because
Like, 9
because of
out
the
of 10
countering of it.
Well, 9 out of 10 times that we saw that in the UFC,
Yep.
9 out of the past 10, it broke their arm.
Right.
Yeah.
But just saying, step into the kicks, and that's the reason why I brought that up is if you're able to step in and square up your body, then you can really level the shit out of them.
You see,
Because they're off balance.
like
Yeah.
Rob got knocked out first fight because he was pissed off. Izzy was right. He owned a bunch of real estate in Rob's head, and Rob showed it in fight one. Brushed in, got knocked the fuck out.
Right.
So he didn't do that this time. He actually had a really good game plan. and
Absolutely.
executed probably better than. I don't think he could have executed any better.
Right.
I just don't think there's a way he can, and outside of one lucky punch, don't think there's a way he can beat Izzy. It's a tough one, but
Well, if he knew that he was gonna get his legs targeted,
Well, and with
knew.
somebody as lanky as and tall and lanky as what Izzy is, because I
Right.
mean his reach was well over fucking an 8-inch difference.
Well, Izzy's just shy of John Jones' reach
Right.
Yeah.
at middleweight. Izzy's 6'4", John's 6'4".
right.
Rob's problem is he started out at welterweight because he was too small to be a middleweight. So he's that classic tweener, and he just decided the weight cut wasn't worth it anymore. That's when he bumped up to 185 instead of 170 and started freight training fools.
Right.
It just sucks for him that he found that fool.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, even I go back to boxing for like welterweight. All right. Vander Holyfield. All right. Like when he progressed and he moved up. All right. He wasn't only faster than everybody else, but he was stronger.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is, if you're not as fast though as the next guy that you move up
And
against,
that's the problem with Izzy.
yeah. Then
Nobody's
you got a
more
problem.
technically sound striking.
Right.
Nobody's more off schedule striking.
Right.
And nobody at 185 is as long as he is.
Right.
That's why he's the last style bender.
Right.
Like, I get everybody's bashing on Rogan right now, but Izzy turned down the UFC 5 times.
Yep.
And the only reason he turned him down 5 times is because of Rogan. Rogan kept in Dana's ear, hey, you need to get this dude. You need to get this dude. He is a superstar. You need to. So Dana kept asking. Is he's not yet. Not yet. Not yet. All right, now I'll lay them all out. And that's he's been in the UFC for 4 years.
Right.
Yeah. And we're
For
on
4 years.
Right.
And he's got the 3rd longest winning streak as the middleweight champion in UFC history.
Yeah.
Yeah. The kid's just good.
Right time.
Not a lot
Yeah.
you can do
It's the
about
right
it.
time. Yeah. Rogan, huh?
Yeah, let's talk about shit he said 20 years ago
son of a bitch.
that we've already gone over 10 times. That's cool.
Yeah. Well,
That's true.
So this Saturday,
no way.
damn it, this Saturday, we got a little fight night going on.
Yeah, we lost our main event.
Johnny Walker going up against Jamel Hill. God,
Jamal. That's
Jamel.
cool. No,
Jamal.
that's Jamal.
Yeah, God.
Adam's family values. What's that name again? Jamil? Jamal? I don't know. Well,
Fuck you.
Mr. Hill.
Oh, yeah. Hey, let's grab through this real quick. You're in trouble. All right, we're just going to go talk about the main card real quick. Jaquin Buckley. Jaquin.
Joe Quinn Buckley. Gotcha.
I give up. I quit. I fucked up Buckley's first name. Can you please say his opponent's name? Because I am not going to get that right.
Okay, so we got Joaquin Buckley versus Abdul Razak Al Hassan.
Yeah, I was not going to get that right at all.
And let's call Jamel Hill, former ESPN commentator,
Right.
ask her about it.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Oh, God, I love this game.
Fuck you. Give me Buckley, dick.
Buckley?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
Well,
Buckley.
okay, so Buckley's problem is that in the same year,
Yeah.
2 fights back to back, had the greatest knockout of the year and was the greatest knockout
Knockout.
of the year.
Yeah. So you know it's going to be one of 2 things.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm
Hey,
siding with that power.
all I know is somebody's getting knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, it's a knockout fight.
Oh, Jim Miller, he's still going at it, huh?
Jimmy's still going. Well,
Jim Miller at lightweight.
3 years ago, he finally got his Lyme disease fixed.
Cool.
The whole time he's been in the UFC, he'd been battling Lyme disease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that East Coast plague.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they finally got it under control.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. That's good. You can sleep well at night.
So Miller's meeting Nicholas Mota. Did I fuck that one up?
You did, but we're just going to keep
Oh,
going.
Jesus
it's fine.
Christ, at lightweight. Who you taking?
I'm taking Jimmy. Give me the old man. Nicholas probably going to whip his ass, but I'm old, so
Yeah,
I'll take the old
you know,
man.
what, fuck it.
Right,
I'll ride with Vegas favorite on this one. Fuck it. I'll
You
take
going
Nicholas.
Mota?
Yeah.
I'm going Miller.
All right.
You know why?
Because he's old and you know him.
Reach. Hey,
Hey, an inch matters. I get it.
inch does
Hey,
matter.
I'm telling you. If I just had that inch.
Next, we got a heavyweight fight. Parker Porter going up against Alan Badeau.
Ooh.
Budo.
Oh, shit. Okay, so as much as my heart is telling me to take Porter on this one, I'm going with Badeau.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, that's the 3.
He's not Francis, but he's Cyril Gahn's training partner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how we found him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's fucking awesome.
Well, he's not supposed to win.
Yeah, no. He is complete
It's because
underdog on this.
Parker is like a tree stump fed dude.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wait a sec.
Uh-huh.
Parker's hillbilly as they come.
Oh, yeah.
He's got 2 last names, okay?
That's true.
Ooh, who missed weight here? So,
Parker Trailer Porter.
Yes.
so our co-main for the night, we got a catchweight fight with Kyle Dukakis going up against Jamie Pickett.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy.
Or Jamie, but that's cool.
Jim.
No, it's really Jamie, dude.
No.
You called a dude a chick, and then, come on, man.
Yeah. So who missed weight on this one?
Short notice fight.
Oh, short
Nobody
notice.
missed weight.
Okay.
What happened in this fight is what should have happened to open up the card last week. Hey, I took a short notice fight. I'm not going to make weight. You give him a few days head notice. Hey, I can't make weight. I've tried to cut down to here. Do you want to bump it up a weight class?
Yeah.
That's the correct way to do shit. That's not what we
Instead
ran
of
into.
reschedule.
Hey, this is the correct way to do shit.
Right.
Wow.
Hey, and we just lost our main event, so we can't lose any more fights.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not going to be able to drop all the way down. Can we do a catch weight?
No.
Imagine that.
Doing shit the right way? Weird.
Yeah.
Dawkins is a huge favorite.
I'm going with him.
270, whereas Pickett's a
That's
220.
racist.
No, it's not. I was just wanting to go see how it's got South
Yeah.
on it. I was thinking South Park, and then I was like, God damn it, Kai.
There you go.
See, if I justified my picks like that, you'd laugh me out of the fucking room.
Fuck you. I'm taking token.
That is actually legit racist.
No, it's not.
But I'm with Pickett too.
Fine. Leave me with Lily.
All right, and then on to the main event. Light heavyweight, we
That's
got
good.
Johnny Walker going up against Jamal Hill.
What happened to Jamil?
Jamil? Jamil? Yeah.
Is it Red Label?
Well,
No, Johnny.
no, it's not. He used to be the blue label,
Yeah, he's kind
and then
of
he was dancing, celebrating in the octagon afterwards,
broke himself in the
and
fucking...
shredded his shoulder, and he's been a knockoff Walker ever since.
Yeah.
I think I'll take Jamel.
I think I am too.
You know what?
Johnny Walker should win this fight,
Should absolutely win this fight. That's why I'm picking him.
but he hasn't been fighting like Johnny Blue Label Walker.
No.
So, till I see it,
And that's the main, right?
yeah.
Yeah, this...
It wasn't supposed to be. It's supposed to be the co-main.
Okay. Jamal, because I see he's 9-1.
Yeah.
So is this a big move up for him?
Yes. Yeah, these guys, Jamal Hill's never headlined before.
Yeah.
Ever. This is going to be his first 5-round fight.
Okay. I was kind of wondering because, I
Yeah.
mean, it's one of those things of, oh, you may want to check out what's going on. So he earned that fight from the previous.
No, he earned a co-main slot.
Okay.
We lost our main event
Yeah.
due to visa issues.
Okay, never mind. Okay.
Rafael Paizev and Rafael Dos Anjos was supposed to headline this card.
Okay.
Paizev couldn't get all the visa kinks worked out,
Okay. Okay.
so it got pushed back to the next pay-per-view.
I get it.
So these guys there was nobody else, so these guys just had to move up.
I see. I mean, if they would have probably known that before, they would have.
Would have helped out a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say. Because, I mean, that's, for that being your main,
But
it's kind of,
it's also a chance to break out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
When that opportunity's there,
Yep.
you can either run from it or jump up and grab it.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because I'm looking at it and thinking this is more of an opportunity for Walker than it really is for Hill at this point in time.
Well, with Walker's
Walker's
past,
got the experience.
Right.
He's headlined before.
Yeah, but I mean, if he, after injury, you know.
Oh, no. He's had fights since that injury.
Yeah, but that's where I'm getting at is after injury, if he hasn't, done as well,
He's looked horrible.
that
Boring.
means this is more of an opportunity for him to get back into the game by beating somebody that, that actually has a pretty clean record, So
But,
he
but
should,
Jamal's actually fairly new.
yeah, and I understand that.
So what you're getting at is here, honestly, either way, if Hill wins this is definitely a good coming out. Hey, I'm here. I've just fought a good tiered fighter
Right.
on this. Because Walker is that. I mean, fuck, when Walker was smoking fools, it looked like he was going to be...
That was the answer to beat Bones.
Yeah. But after one slip disc and fucked up, he has not been the same fighter.
horrible, man.
So for him to come out of this fight ahead,
And
it-
but if he goes out and smokes Jamal Hill, he's not going to get the comeuppance because Jamal Hill's first five-round fight, his first headline or co-main event,
Yep.
and he's only got 10 fights.
Yep. No,
And it's going to be, that's what you're supposed to do.
it will definitely be better for Hill with the
Yeah.
victory on this. But if Walker comes out with the win,
It would have to be back to old school Johnny,
Yeah.
where I knock you out with elbows in the first 35 seconds.
yeah, he's going to have to put a hell of a showing on
Yeah.
with this victory to get him back into contingency of pulling up the ranks.
Yeah.
All I know is if my name's Johnny Walker, right? and I
Dude,
come out.
3 years ago, I tried this marketing and branding. I tried for him.
Right.
Yeah, DM'd him and everything.
Just
Didn't
don't
work.
listen.
Yeah. Jesus.
Didn't work.
Yeah.
All I know,
Probably just wondering who the two white guys were.
I wouldn't mind if I'm Walker and well, not wouldn't mind, but you never want to lose anything. But if you lost a fight against Hill, Hill climbed, all right, that pretty much pushes that fight, all right, to where yeah, you lost against Hill, but Hill has climbed so high, it kind of equals out to where you're looking at ranking wise goes.
That's not the way the UFC rankings work
No.
at all.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a top 10 place.
Yeah, when you get into the top 5, it works like that.
Yeah.
But if you're number 3, you lose to number 11, you're out, they're number 3.
Yeah.
That's the way it works.
Yeah, I understand that. But what I'm saying is, whenever a certain guy climbs, all right, that you just lost to, I mean, that's the way it's supposed to work. But if you win your fights afterward, and that one loss, it's not as bad of a loss then. Whenever
No,
whenever they go, well, you lost to the champion, you know what I mean?
You would think
or
so.
the contender.
You would think so. That is not the way MMA math actually works out.
No. I mean, for
It never does.
for somebody looking at his record like us, absolutely. Hey, that's a nice little feather in your cap. It's a good loss, but that don't mean shit about your rank.
That's crazy.
It's
It's
stupid.
MMA math is really different and
Yeah.
really weird.
That's crazy because I mean, it used to be just who you lost to. All right, that's how it was.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, you lost against Shamrock? No, that's understandable. Or
Yeah.
you lost to Gracie? That's understandable.
Nope, don't
But-
work that way anymore.
No.
But you beat Coleman? Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I
All
mean?
that shit's completely irrelevant now.
Yeah.
Means nothing.
Yeah.
It all that means is your last win.
Yep.
That's all that really matters.
Boy, that's sorry.
A little bit.
I wouldn't want to be part of that.
It's tough.
Super tough.
It's just weird to me because I mean, you say that, but then you look at like Brock Lesnar's record.
Yeah.
All right, why should he headline anything then? He shouldn't even be in the gate. You know what I mean?
That's different.
'Cause-
This is MMA math. Pay-per-view buys figure in.
Paper. Yeah.
Conor
Actually,
McGregor
that's true.
Conor hasn't won a fight in 5 years.
Nope.
You tell me the next card he's on, he's not headlining?
No, it's gonna be sold out.
He's headlining the pay-per-view.
Right.
It's not going to be a fight night. It's a pay-per-view with
Yeah.
him headlining.
But and the thing about that too is that
What are you supposed to do?
yeah, we've created this problem with Conor because the thing with Conor is if he doesn't have more than fucking 3 fights in a year, he's going to continue to lose. He needs to get that. You need an initial fight at the beginning of the year, get the rust off because with Conor it's relevant.
Okay, he did that against Cerrone. Let's
Yeah.
go back. Let's follow your timeline.
Okay,
What happened to him in the next fight?
he fought. Oh
Same year.
Same year.
yeah, he
Yeah.
fought twice that same year.
Yep.
But he only fought twice that year.
Because he just got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying is he needs more than just 2 fights, 1 fight a year.
He's never going to do that.
No, they can't afford it.
Sure they can.
Oh,
That's ridiculous.
UFC can afford a lot.
That's ridiculous. Conor McGregor was the highest paid sports athlete last year out
Yeah.
of anybody in any sport. So that's ridiculous. It's not going to happen because, well, Conor's going to lose his shine, dude.
Yeah.
He hasn't won in so long because why?
He's only fought.
He's not as good as these guys are anymore.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
The levels have changed again.
Yeah. Because in his up comments, he was the pinnacle.
He knocked Dustin Poirier out at 145 on his rise.
Yeah.
What happened at 155? Dustin knocked him out, and then he broke his leg.
Yep.
Same fighter, 3 fights, 2 out of 3. What do you think is going to happen for the 4th fight?
Dustin again.
They're not cutting back down to 145 anytime soon.
No.
Conor was something different. The game's changed, the levels have changed. He's just not anymore.
No.
That doesn't take anything away from what he was or what he did to build the
absolutely
sport. He's just not the same dude now.
But the thing is now you're stuck with this Conor problem. People want to watch him fight.
How is it a problem?
How many more fights are you actually going to get out of him?
Who cares?
If they're all losses,
What do you care?
You're gonna pay the money.
I don't pay the money now.
Well, Mike's gonna pay the money.
What does anybody care?
Well, are you going to pay for a Diaz Conor 7?
No, I'm not. But people will. What does Dana White care how many fights in a row Conor McGregor loses?
He cares about the paycheck, the end of the road.
Yeah.
It's a business.
Conor makes money.
Yep.
Period.
Fair enough.
Like I said, the Paul boys will continue to fight as long as people continue to pay them.
Correctly.
All right?
Yeah.
That's
Super
what you're
simple.
supposed to do.
Yes.
Now, do they kick ass? Hell of a lot more than I thought.
They've looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Extremely good.
Now we just need to see that competition level bump up.
Yeah.
I don't know. They look pretty fucking good to me. And what they're doing for, dude, that's amazing.
What they're doing now is for entertainment purposes
Right.
only. And if we see the before we say that they're on that level, they got to bump the competition level up. And
Woodley's pretty fucking good.
no,
Yeah.
it's been longer for Woodley to win a fight since Conor.
Yeah.
Than Conor
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's still a real fighter.
in MMA.
Right.
If they would have had that fight in MMA, Tyron would have whipped his ass.
Absolutely.
But so far, everybody Paul's fought has been ex-UFC fighters that are way past their date.
Yeah.
Askren. He
With-
wasn't even.
And like Woodley doesn't have good striking, he just had good power.
Yeah.
But maybe we're not
Nick-
clarifying this enough. These guys, they're just YouTubers, man. they're
Who
Instagrammers.
have trained
They're,
boxing for.
Yeah, no, listen to them. That is not what they're saying.
I mean, they're not.
Just because for somebody that's been training for years upon years without any professional fights, yeah, you're absolutely right. They're just YouTubers.
Yeah.
They
But,
are.
and they have their upcomings with.
They're fucking noobs.
Yes.
And to stand there with real professional athletes.
And I get that. And I understand your side, but my side's just straight down the middle. Yes, you're standing next to a professional athlete. Look, neither one of them are small kids.
Nah.
Right.
Paul boys are good size.
Right.
Everybody they fought is way over the hill and way undersized. Every single one of them.
I mean, you got a retired basketball player.
Who's
Sorry.
5'7".
Yeah.
Woodley's 5'8".
Right.
Yeah.
The Paul boys are both 6'2", 6'3".
Askren's like, what, 5'9"? No.
No, he's 5'11",
Is he?
and couldn't break wind with a jab.
No.
He just can't.
I'm not saying that they're not good at what they do, but right now,
Now, if they
what
would
they're
have gone
doing.
into MMA and smoked Ben Askren and Tyron Woodley, that's a different story. That's a big deal.
You come to their house and you win, then yeah.
Yeah.
All I know is
Which I would love to see them.
huge fucking draws.
Oh,
Okay.
absolutely.
I never
Absolutely.
said they weren't a huge draw. I never said that they shouldn't do it.
And this is from just, to me, are they legit athletes? Okay.
Yeah, put them against an actual professional boxer.
I think the Pauls are legit athletes.
Right. They have to be now. They have
Yeah.
to be considered that.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's where it's getting me, because everybody else is calling them out, saying, oh, well, you know, this, that. Well, you know what? They won.
They won.
Yeah, they absolutely will.
But I'm not giving them more than what their win was. They fought overage guys, undersized guys, massively undersized guys, massively.
Right.
That's why they were just exhibition fights,
Yeah.
because no sanctioning body would sanction that fight because of the size difference.
Right.
Two different weight classes by a lot.
Right. And I'm just saying, for what they're doing, I think it's pretty impressive.
I'm okay with what they're doing. I just don't think it's that impressive.
Yeah, and that's cool. I mean, that's the reason why. I mean, I look at it and I go and I see that buy rate and I go, I'm not the only one. All right, that thinks it's impressive, because people wouldn't pay money if they didn't have any kind of entertainment or been impressed by something.
It's entertainment. I get
Yeah.
that. I never said it wasn't.
And people just want to see them beat.
Yes.
Okay,
A lot of it is.
that's what that is.
Yeah.
They want to see them get just destroyed.
Yeah.
And it's really, really, really disheartening to them to not see them get destroyed. And
If somebody's willing to pay you money, watch you take it now. Cash that check, brother.
right,
Jump on it. I've got no problem with that. Do it as many times as you can.
I'm just saying, man.
Right.
A lot of people are haters, and
I'm not
Absolutely.
hating on it.
Absolutely.
that really are like, oh man, I just want to see these guys get destroyed.
Oh no, that's how I was with Askren and Woodley.
Right.
When Paul went up against Askren, I was like, now how funny would this be? Because of what
That was my thought. That'd been hilarious because
Yeah.
I know Askren has zero boxing capabilities.
Yeah.
None.
Right.
And so I was hoping that Askren would go in, fucking my mountain call
He
good.
didn't.
Right.
He didn't.
Get
So,
smoked.
but and then with Woodley, so I took it away. Hey, all right. So Paul has fought this dude. He's fought the retired basketball player. He fought Askren. It was a tough give on the Askren thing. I should have known better. But Woodley. Now wait a second. Woodley's actually in.
He's actually what? He's a
And-
former champ that hadn't won a fight in 3 years.
That's where the ant came from. If
And
we
the
were
only
talking Woodley in
the
our
only
prime,
reason he hadn't won a fight, the whole problem that the fan base and Dana ended up getting with Woodley is we all know how heavy of a striker he is.
absolutely.
We know it. We watched this dude do it time and time again. And then he just quit throwing.
Yep.
He just quit throwing.
He started every title defense that he had until Till was just nothing but a slow, drawn-out process to win by points. That was it. There was nothing showy about it. There was no effort into it.
That was a big one. You could see that it wasn't just like we were talking about the Cheese O line, halftime to. Yeah, you could clearly see a change in the effort level.
Yeah.
And he just quit throwing punches. Like, you're going to be hard pressed to beat a boxer if you don't punch.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he didn't. He got beat.
Got winded.
Twice, didn't he? Didn't Paul beat him twice?
He beat him twice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Beat
So-
him twice. Beat him soundly twice, too. Soundly.
But, all right. Hey, you're in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're in trouble. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. On the way out, this is the season total. Super Bowl in place and everything else. Fuck you guys, by the way. Season total ever since week 10? No, week
whatever.
8, whatever it was. Episode 100. Josh, congratulations.
I win.
116 points for whatever, four weeks. I don't know.
Whatever.
Yeah, 14 weeks.
I win.
Yeah,
all I know
Josh.
is I win.
Yeah, you're welcome. Mike, you came in 2 points shy. 2 points shy. Yeah, and then Terry and I are there. I beat Terry. Terry didn't beat me. Happy about that. Wait, you want me to put my balls in your hand?
Do you really want to talk about your balls?
It's like, I'm good with it.
Should we really talk about your balls?
But I only beat Terry by 3 points. So,
How do we fare in ours?
fuck you. 8 point difference.
There we go.
Eight,
There we go.
8 points. 8 points.
8
You had 172 accurate picks for the year.
Yeah,
Well, I took some flyers in mid-season.
And I had 164.
Yeah, well, couldn't let them show up from last year or something. What the fuck was that? I know I didn't pick last year. Boy. I tell you what. No fucking way.
Make
But-
sure you get your picks in, dude. Don't know what to tell you.
It's Season.
I picked this time.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, so that's season 56 in the books.
Oh, come on. You can't have any parting shots.
Yeah, what you got?
I got one. Sha'Carri Richardson took to social media, which I completely understand. Because when she got fucking banned, I came uncorked and threw a fit because, well, it's a joint.
Yeah.
Don't care the reason.
Yeah.
Joint. Last time I checked, marijuana, not a big performance enhancer.
Oh, I don't know about that. Okay.
Yeah. So now
running?
we have the Russian skater that got kicked out, suspended,
Right.
appealed. Judges reversed the suspension, allowed her to perform. Meanwhile, all the other figure skaters, past, present, and future, throwing a fit about it. Sha'Carri gets pissed because she wasn't allowed to come back and perform on appeal, and she makes it racial. This is the part that we need to start coming together on. Hun, it's not racial. The problem is, you're an American.
Yep.
You're an American. That's why you got kept out, and that's why the other country skater got to go in.
I thought it was diplomatic relations, but whatever.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
you're an
yeah,
American, and that's a Russian and China.
Yeah.
Whenever I seen that the Winter Olympics was played where? In China?
Yeah.
I went,
We shouldn't have even went.
yeah, that ain't gonna end
We,
well.
No, we shouldn't have even sent our athletes.
No.
We should have boycotted it.
Because I was like, we're not gonna get a fair standing
Nope.
for judging.
Ask Roy
We're not gonna
Jones
have-
Jr.
It's just not gonna happen.
This is common throughout American Olympic history. Since World War II, we always get the shaft. Every time.
Yep.
Yeah. Whenever it comes to anything that's...
And doesn't have anything to do with race. It's you're an American, fuck you.
Yep.
You can sit this one out.
We get that a lot.
They do that to us.
Yeah.
We get that a lot.
Yeah.
Because they say, you already got everything.
Yep.
What do you need this for?
Because we're better.
Yes, on both points.
Sorry, but most of the Winter Olympics is... there's a lot of judge scores.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not a real game.
No.
It's not, hey, are you
No.
faster than this person?
No.
Yep.
This is a bunch of judges.
Yep.
Yep.
That's why I go, to me, that's not an Olympic event. There's not a clear-cut winner or loser.
Except curling.
There you go.
Except curling.
Yeah.
Fucking Canucks.
Well, I mean, like
Ooh,
hockey.
Ooh, and
Like hockey, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
That's winner win. Yeah. You know what? That's pretty much clear-cut.
yeah.
Yeah,
You can tell.
I get that.
That's why I don't
Alright.
play slots.
Boxing, you can pretty much tell.
We should be able to.
All right? You run
Should.
track. All right?
Oh,
Track,
absolutely.
You can tell.
Yeah.
The other ones that are judgment calls, figure skating to all. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. It's
To me,
you're leaving it in the hand of 5 people.
And I get Sha'Carri, and she should be pissed. Because I was pissed when they kept her out. I'm like, that bitch can smoke a 1/4 ounce bag 30 minutes before she runs out racing.
And
She's still
still
gonna
fucking smoke
you.
them.
Right.
So of course you want to keep her out.
Right.
I was just pissed off as her. It's horse shit.
No, it is.
Well,
But the other underlying thing is there was this Russian skater that got popped for steroids.
Yep.
15.
It was grandpa's drugs. It wasn't her. That's why they overturned the suspension and let her compete.
because Grandpa's drunk.
Yep.
Well, shit, that's a cool. Yeah, this
So
is my.
that was grandpa's joint.
Dude, this is my horse at steroids. I don't know how I got in me.
It was a kangaroo meat. You know what? I went to Australia. I had some kangaroo meat.
Yeah.
And it does funky shit.
Man, I ate some horse.
I was in-
Unbeknownst to me.
I was in Mexico. I did not know that their horse meat
Yep.
was made that way.
We can eat horse meat here. Did you know that?
Yeah.
I wonder why we don't.
It's all just the.
I mean, I'll try it.
It's the perception.
Yeah.
I'll try it.
It's perception.
I'm cool if it's named. I don't care.
I was going to say another P word, but I'm not allowed to use that.
Why not?
Oh, please don't.
See?
Yeah, please don't.
Don't say another P word.
That's an enemy I definitely don't want this show
That's
to
what I'm
have.
talking about.
That is definitely an enemy I
Keyboard,
did.
huh?
Yeah,
Look
please.
at that beat.
Fuck off.
Let me try.
You son of a bitch. Because we know how lazy I am. I'm not going to edit it out. We're going to have a war.
PBS.
PBS.
I'll go at war with PBS. I'm cool with it.
Right?
Bring your fucking Big Bird in here. Let's get this shit going.
Easy now, Ted Cruz.
Thank you. Yeah, run to Mexico.
Jeez. I love this show. I can really get out some stuff.
You can.
Stuff in this.
There's still some stuff I got to edit out. So, all right, guys, let's go ahead.
Is
All
it
right.
the PBA?
Appreciate it.
PBR.
Yes, I'll go to war with PBR.
Pabst Blue Ribbon?
Yeah.
What else could it be?
I'm going to piss in a cup and fucking go up against Pabst. All right.
We'll leave that out.
Yeah, please.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are watching, like, comment, and subscribe. For those of you who are listening, here comes the sounder. And please, for the love of God, somebody check out our merch store. I'm tired of being, you son of a bitch, shut up. I'm tired of being the only one buying our stuff.
Do you think they're going to buy your stuff if you're cussing them out?
Right?
I'm not cussing them out. I'm cussing you out. Hold on.
I didn't even say anything.
Yeah.
There.
Gotta
Yeah.
afford marbles in here. More marbles.
Were you trying to get at PETA?
I love
Nope.
their sandwiches.
I love pita bread. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get these two yahoos out of here. We'll catch you next week.
I gave him the wrong finger.